Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump right into addition grinding today, actually. Yeah, I don't think I'll have to do any healing or anything like that. Congo and Meru should be fine. Let's check their additions out right now before we get started. Let's see here. Okay, additions. Okay, he'll just not attack. She'll not attack. He won't attack. We gotta work on Hashel at some point. She's on Cool Boogie right now. And he's on Inferno. Okay. Alright, that should be perfect. So it's cold in here today. Oof. Yeah, this is probably going to be a really slow grinding session today, so it should be rather relaxing. Yeah, I know this is going to probably take quite a bit of time today, so... Alright, I would not mind just keeping on using the Magnet Signet Sphere for this enemy here. And I'll just put the Ultimate War God on somebody who's going to be doing a lot of the battling, so... Okay, she's already almost level 4 on Cool Boogie. He's level 3 on his, so... It was a really weird smell whenever I woke up. I thought I was smelling alcohol, but... They've been doing a whole bunch of renovations for the opposite side of the duplex that I live in. So they're actually painting. That was actually paint that I'm smelling right now. So yeah, waking up to that kind of smell is kind of interesting. It was like unpleasant. Yeah, I can smell it now. Hopefully that's not gonna like cause a headache. I'm not really much of a headache person when it comes to paint. But being able to smell the paint right now is kind of unusual. I think that's some really strong stuff. Hey Dirk, what's going on? Thanks for the flower. How are you, buddy? We're doing probably a very boring grinding session tonight, so get comfortable. Yeah, what are you up to? I'm doing pretty well. It was a pretty good weekend. I relaxed a lot, so there's that. Yeah, I literally just woke up, so... There's ads. You're all for grinding sessions? Good. I was going to say, get comfortable with it, because that's what we're going to be doing today. It's okay, though. This is actually required for achievements, so... Holy smokes, hi, Peachy. Sorry that you're caught in ads right now. I'll be able to speak more with you whenever the ads are over. Yeah, if you can hear me, how are you? I'm just playing some Animal Crossing. How is that new... Yeah, how is that new update? Ads... Okay, so you can't hear me. Okay, I was a little worried because... Whenever the ads hit and I see a person come into chat for a first time, I'm like, fuck. I was like, now I'm not going to be able to hear shit. But no, I'm glad that you're able to not be blocked by the ads. What are you up to today, Peachy? Alright, I think I'm gonna have her attack that worm one more time. Yeah. Okay, she's on level 4 of Cool Boogie, which is really good. The new update is great. Bulk crafting and not having to have resources in your inventory is a godsend. Oh, is that right? I know there's been a lot of really good stuff, but if it's like legitimate quality of life, that's great. I'm working because it's tax season and we don't have all... Ew. I don't think we have... Yeah, so we don't have Martin Luther King Day off on my work day either. I think the next one we get off is Veterans Day, I think. I know it's something crazy, which I think is next month. I get like 5 holidays off my whole work year. Oh, I already read that. Thank you for the 5 stream streak, by the way. Yeah, I'm glad that people have been capitalizing on the stream streak. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Peachy, we're just doing a grinding session today, so if anybody does worry about spoilers, don't worry about spoilers today, for the most part. Yeah, we're having a pretty nice and relaxing stream session today. Yeah, the way they do holidays on my area of work is unusual. Alright, that is 48 out of 80. So he's halfway through level 3. I'm trying to remember if I have I think I have a bandit ring on Kongal. Also, welcome back from the ads, anybody who was caught in them. Okay, we're going to keep her on Cool Boogie, because she's already quite a ways into it. I'm going to keep him on Infernal. So does he have a bandit ring on? Okay, he does. Okay. So let's just keep doing what we're doing. What's great about these enemies is they have a lot of HP and they don't counter. She's getting 150 SP for each one, which is really nice. It's good that she's going faster than Kongo, because then we're going to eventually start putting Haschel in. Oh, he's blinded. He's got, like, no additions really to grind. He's level 3 on both of them, it should be fine. I love that little thing of him just being stunned in the middle of a jump, so he's just like suspended in midair. See, after what, 8 streams of just going through the plot, it's kind of nice to be able to just relax and go through the addition grinding session. Cool Boogie is my new... Oh, you like that one? Cool Boogie is good. I think you would like Cat's Cradle, which we have to grind at some point eventually tonight too. And Meru's voice actor actually actually sounds pretty competent too. I don't know, the voice acting for the edition sounds better than the entire rest of the voice acting of this game combined. You know, that beetle does absolutely no damage. So let's actually, you know... Yeah, so let's send the sandworm, because putting darkness is going to be kind of a bit of a hindrance for me. I like Ultimate War God. I don't have to touch a single button during it. Seeing this guy does the pins of physical damage anyways, so. Okay, one more from Congo should be able to take it out. Okay, he's at 51 of 80. So he's getting a little ways in there. But yeah, how's everybody feeling today? Hopefully it's been a good Monday so far. Cool Boogie. Okay, she's 10 away. I'm glad he hits Congo, because Congo can take the physical hits anyways. Whenever he gets to level 4, we'll see if we can switch it out. Alright, 9 away from mastering Cool Boogie. That's really good. The fact that she's going so fast is great. Whenever we put Hashel in, eventually, we'll put a bandit ring on him so he goes faster. I definitely think that probably for the last hour of the stream today, we're going to go fight the super boss in this game. Yeah, we're definitely going to go fight the super boss tonight. I'm sorry to my cat because I'm going to start walking around my house saying, "Cool Boogie." You know, well, it's better than walking around like Congo hair like this. Better than going around, walking around yelling at people, "Inferno!" We're almost done with the Cool Boogie, so you won't have to hear that again for another... After I use it 7 more times, you'll never have to hear it again. Yeah, you just start yelling out Cool Boogie while swinging a hammer or something. That'd be really funny. I'll yell Inferno when I'm turning on this, and you're just smacking it with an axe. Like that. You swing it around. You do the exact same animation. I'm wondering how much more time I have before Meru gets Dragoon level 4, because it's 150 SP for each attack is kind of insane. And I don't have to move a single muscle while in the overworld because these worms are just flopping right on top of me. Yeah, 150 points is pretty large. Just so we don't get hit by the sand. I like how the worm also freezes during the second input on that attack. He just like... Okay, well, Zazel do pretty substantial amount of damage physically to her. Okay, this next attack from Congo should kill it. Well, he's doing something special. I love that that beetle just keeps getting knocked onto its back and getting right back up. He gets like no SP when it comes to his attacks though. She should be about done. What is she at? 78? 79. Okay, she's got one more. She's probably gonna get one more off. Yep. It's really, really good. That means not Cat's Cradle, but Cool Boogie's gonna be done. Yep, Cool Boogie is done. Give me your... No! Kev, no! Absolutely. Give me your gun countdown. No. As empathetically I could say, Kev, fuck off. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm excited for Sunday. Yeah, I'm glad they actually put it in for Sunday, too. Because Saturday's going to leave me super busy. My sister is going to be moving over to their new house Saturday, so I'm going to be preoccupied with that. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I'll probably put on Cool Boogie just for you later on, but yeah, we're done with grinding Cool Boogie. We're going to do another one. Yeah, what are you up to today, Kev? Also, excuse me. I burp a lot. Alright, Stone Cool Boogie. Let's do Hammer Spin. Yeah, Hammer Spin looks good. He is almost level 4 on Inferno, which is also really good. I'm doing good, making dinner tomorrow so I can eat before stream tonight. What are you be playing tonight? More FF8? You know, I was very tempted to actually start playing Final Fantasy VIII after this game, but we're going to be playing a palate cleanser of Mega Man X after this game, then we're going to be doing Tomb Raider 1. Who knows? I might be playing some more Final Fantasy after Tomb Raider. Yeah, you're on disc 3 right now. How are you liking that? I'm glad people haven't been giving you grief about playing FF8 because that game brings in a lot of weird people on Twitch. Well, I should say specifically, there are weird people who come into women on Twitch playing Final Fantasy VIII. As I've already mentioned before one time on stream, there's... Uh-oh. And he's blinded. Yep. Luckily the mods. Have you had any actual problems with anybody on your community playing while playing FF8? Because even if you don't have any like new people, like, you know, first time chatters coming in and just saying just the most bizarre statement about the game. Like twice. What happened? If you don't mind me asking, man, what did they end up saying? Yeah, there's at least one guy who loves coming into Final Fantasy VIII streams and just says the just stupidest stuff. But that was handled relatively quickly. Yeah, what did they end up saying? If you can paraphrase, that's fine too. Me, whenever I see first-time chatters, whenever I see first-time chatters, I get really happy because I'm like, okay, well, that's great. Somebody feels comfortable enough to want to just, you know, start talking. Because I always love whenever people are coming out of lurks or just chatting up in general. But I've had at least, you know, the people who come in and they're just like, they'll just say lol, or they'll say just a very weird icebreaker. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I start out happy, but half the time it's like, you shut, hang on. Actually, you need to be doing it like this because I played this game in 1997 the first time. What's it like that? Oh crap, I mean, there's no such thing as early or late, Crimson. It's a come as you go kind of thing. Yeah, Crimson, we're going to be doing literally just grinding today. So you're not missing anything. How are you, man? You like the voice?
The square root of a triangle.
Actually, the square root of an onion is, actually a shallot. One tried to tell me how to play the game and oh gosh, so they were signposting. Gosh, man, fuck off with that. Yeah, fuck all that noise. If you want to ruin the game for me and go, like, stroke yourself, go play the game yourself. You know? I once sold a weapon because someone backseated me about how it was really important to the game. Just, okay, I love that. How, okay, Peachy will do things the exact opposite of what backseaters will tell her to do on her streams, which is honestly a great idea. Just start doing it just to piss them off. I would rather piss somebody off when they're just being so, also he's at level 4, so insufferable, rather than just let the backseater dictate what I can and can't do. People don't do it back here very often because they know what happens. I'm pretty big stickler on somebody trying to tell me what to do, especially for a first playthrough. I get super pissed. Things are going pretty well today, man. Yeah, hopefully it's been a good Monday for you so far. Yeah, I would rather, you know, first-time chatters, I typically am, I'm a pretty easygoing person when it comes to that, especially for first-time chatters, but I definitely don't mistake that for being lazy when it comes to allowing how many people wants to just come in and tell me what to do, you know? There have been people who've been very polite about it, and I'm thankful that people get polite about it. Uh-oh. That did a lot of damage. I sold 3 ribbons. You sold 3 of them just to prove a point. Yeah, and then what you should do after that, Peachy, is whenever you sell a very valuable commodity in the game, just look into the camera and immediately save your game just to drive that point home. I like that. I hate backseating. Way too much typing effort and I actually come to watch streamers fail. I know some people... Oh, she's already out of it. Cool. And what was I trying to say? Yeah, there are some people who come to specific games in the categories they like just to do stuff like that. And what I would always say for streamers is just make sure you let them know the buck stops there immediately. They do it, you either do a Peachy does, or you just, you know, you warn them once, they do it again, you ban them. And I also love it whenever you delete a message from somebody who's backseating, and they're like, that wasn't, like, you know, they'll say, that wasn't backseating, actually. As if it was somehow their decision to tell you how you run your stream. It's one thing if you were polite about it or ask if I need... And that's not even that, man. Whenever there's a tag that says no backseating, they shouldn't even be doing that to begin with, regardless of how polite it is. Yeah, tags and pinned messages are there for a reason. I hate when people ignore that stuff just so they can get their own ego boost or something. I don't know. My backseating pinned message is so specific, and yet, was it one of my streamer friends out here? I like his message. Every once in a while, you'll see a pinned message whenever he's doing a first playthrough. It'll be something along the lines of, "This is the first playthrough. Offenders will be yeeted into the sun." So, anyways, I'm gonna backseat this. You should cool Boogie because it sounds better. Can I have that message deleted for backseating? Please don't delete Peachy. Backseat me if you want. I'm still gonna go Leroy Jenkins. I am actually... I'm actually going to start doing things exact opposite of what they're going to be doing. The fact that I can do a nerdy voice that easily kind of scares me a little bit. Most games I see on Twitch, I can't backseat what... No, dude. There are some people who will backseat games they have never played. They'll be like, I saw it done this way before, so you should do it like this. Yeah, just because you haven't played the game does not stop backseaters on this site. He does a lot of damage with Inferno now with being level 4. Yeah, we're gonna start hammer spinning. Dude, never underestimate how ridiculous chatters on Twitch can be. Oh, did she level up to Dragoon level 4? Okay, let me put it to you this way. It is to the point where that is one of the contributing factors. She is Dragoon level 4. Cool. It is one of the contributing factors as to... There are a lot of people, like the demographic on Twitch, I can get quite resentful for. That's probably one of the things I get resentful for as far as chatters. It's just a bunch of dudes, well, sometimes it comes across as a bunch of dudes who are just there to be egocentric. Just a bunch of, I don't know what it is. I definitely consider myself a gamer, but sometimes nerds just get under my skin and irritate the crap out of me. And considering that that could very possibly be the main demographic of this website, that just makes me annoyed with the majority of chatters. Can she hit the worm again? Nope! I should have done the other way. Okay, the beetle can't move. She's getting a lot of turns. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have maybe Dart hit the worm. Yeah, let's have him hit the worm. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. I will also freely admit that a lot of how I handle chatters who do things that annoy me, first of all, should be a lot better about maintaining my composure whenever somebody is annoying me, because, I mean, let's be honest, you guys know me well enough to know I get irritated pretty dang easily. So I need to compose that a little bit better. But there's bias and there's mood and how much I'm willing to put up with when it comes to certain people. So if I have a first-time chatter who's going to be doing the same thing as somebody who's been here a while, obviously I'm going to be handling the first-time chatter a lot differently. Also, she's level 4 on hammer spin. Ouch. How much has he got left? He's got 13 more to go, which is really good. Yeah, I think a good advantage of being a streamer and enforcing your rules, dude, your boundaries and your rules, enforce them whenever you can. If somebody's going to actually try breaking a rule here, enforce that, because if you don't nip it in the bud immediately, that will basically show people in your community that your tolerance is going to be much higher, because you're basically gauging yourself. Yeah, so, don't be like a dictator. Well, I mean, you can run your stream however you want, but doing it as if a dictator, like just anybody breaking a rule, you can be really strict about it if you want, but I definitely think a little bit of... Again, I don't want to say nip it in the bud because I just said that analogy, but just showing people, like, right out of the gate what your boundaries are is great. So, hey, Shinry, what's going on, man? Thank you for your ditto. Yeah, happy Monday, man. What are you up to? The longer you let it slide, yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep those boundaries, because... And that's like a real-life thing that they teach you, too. If you show what you're willing to put up with, people are going to constantly try pushing those boundaries. How much did you get for hammer spin? Okay, she's at level 4, that's right. That probably means I'm going to go check her out as far as her edition level. I think one of the things that I would say contributes to me being a little relaxed, well, not relaxed, but not having to enforce my boundaries very often on my stream is, I'm not going to say like there's not enough activity because, you know, I am getting a lot better about trying to accommodate lurkers. So I honestly don't have to enforce my boundaries that often. But the lack of having to probably is making my senses a little dulled when it comes to that. So I think physically she's 15 or 16 years old, and I don't know. Since are you trying to plan on playing this game, Peachy? Because I don't want to answer the question correctly if you're going to be playing this. I think she's physically 15 or 16. She needs to be sticking the hammer spin. Okay. Kongo and Mario are almost being done. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to answer that question without spoiling something. I mean, it's not like a huge spoiler, but it's definitely a spoiler if you're planning on playing the story. I will say that much. So I'd say no comment. It's not a super huge deal, though. Yeah, it's not a just major revelation. It's just something about her character. Except for sometimes, but it's up to my community to vote for it. What are going to be your options? So, whenever you give people choices on your game, whenever you're playing for your community, how many choices do they get per poll? I guess that's a better way of putting it.
Hammer spin.
Hammer spin. Ow.
Hammer spin.
We should probably start defending with Maru, huh? So there's 4 choices from our 2026 games that I pick, and they can vote once per stream until my current game. Oh, okay, so it just accumulates points every stream until whoever comes out on top that's going to be the game that you play next. I'm just saying, though, whenever you start putting in games like Musashi and Legend of Dragoon, there's going to be probably some pretty dark horse victories. Because people love these games. Although, Legend of Dragoon, I think, it's weird. People on Twitch love Legend of Dragoon and just hold it as some sacred cow. But there's definitely some things about this game I could nitpick about. A lot of games on your list are good. What do you got on the list so far? Yeah, what are your options? So me, I'll usually just take like 1 or 2 suggestions in the middle of a game that I'm playing. I'll do a palate cleanser, and then I'll take the suggested game, and then every once in a while I'll throw in a game that I like. Ew. Sometimes these herd animation sounds make me laugh. My favorite one is Lavis when he goes, "Art!" The current battle for the next game is quite aggressive between Mother 3 and Gold. Oh my gosh, that is a heck of a game choice there. In a good way, though. Mother 3 and Golden Sun are all fantastic. Yeah, there's some good choices there. If you had a personal pick that you would have to do as like a tiebreaker, which one would you pick? Boy, it's been a while since I played Golden Sun, too. I would almost pick that, actually. Hey, Wingman, what's going on, man? Thanks for the flower. Ready for National Championship tonight? Miami versus Indiana. Hopefully it's got a good game. Damn Hoosiers. You know, fun fact, I'm technically half Hoosier because my mom's side of the family is from Indiana. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be dictating who I vote for, but hopefully it's going to be a good game. Yeah, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of grinding today, Wingman, so we're just chatting it up. Yeah, you won't be missing anything super important in the stream tonight, so this is going to be a good place to hang out, I think. I don't even know. They're all on my list. It's so tough. I'd probably spin a wheel. Just make a giant 50-50 wheel. Oops, I probably should have stunned him. Spectral, thank you for the flower, dude. How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, if I would say today is the day to kind of just be here off and on hanging out, this would be the stream tonight. Because we're just going to be chatting it while I'm just doing things in the background here. Oh, I hope the game does go pretty good, though.
Hammer spin.
Hammer spin. Okay, she's at 69. Nice. That reminds me, what's my socials? I love how this particular area of the game, I can just go offhand and be able to have an encounter happen within like 5 seconds. Because they throw the enemies at you the entire area. So, static encounters too. Me yawning and doing it at the same time probably sounds pretty weird.
Hammer spin.
It's not going too bad. Well, heck yeah, man. Hopefully it was a good weekend for you, too. Hungle's doing a lot of damage, by the way. Solo, thank you for the flower, buddy. You guys have been doing really good with the flowers lately. If there's anything I could ever ask for anybody in a community here, I like the affirmation that people are here hanging out watching. Even if you don't say anything. Even if you got me in the background just doing your thing, I'm doing better showing appreciation for that. So. Looks like the tube worms from... Yeah, they look exactly like the... What are those called? Graboids? Yeah, they look like graboids. Thank you for the flower, Kev. Kev, I'm really hoping that your stream... Yeah, your streams are always great to hang out in, but I hope it's going to be a good progress-filled one for FF8. I know work and stream at the same time can get kind of exhausting. As a matter of fact, you guys should be checking out Kevo too. Let me show a couple of the homies. Oh wait, he's stunned. Never mind. Let's just do that. I hope so. I want to find out what happens next. I've been closely keeping a track of your progress on that. Because I'll watch people's... Again, I watch a lot of friends' VODs while I'm at work. Whenever I can because of the computer. So being able to keep up with you on your progress has been great, man. How are you today, good sir? It was a wonderful weekend, Solo. Thank you for asking very much. I didn't really do a whole lot, actually. I think I watched 2 movies. I watched Wolf with Jack Nicholson on Saturday. And then my mom recommended I watch Monster Hunter last night. Even though Monster Hunter was, you know, it's the same guy who butchered the Resident Evil movies, so it wasn't that good. But being able to see Rathalos was pretty cool, I guess. It was like mindless to watch. Yeah, how was your weekend, man? Thanks for shouting out Solo. Okay, he should be stunned. Yeah, he is. Okay, let's go paralyze the Beetle. Spiky Beetle, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, my parents love... Well, my mom specifically loves watching the Resident Evil movies. I have never really cared for those movies. First one was okay. The others, not really. Also has Mila Jovovich. Yeah, because her husband's the director of that too. I don't know what it is about those two and being in all those weird Capcom movies. But yeah, that's the one. And she's a Mary Sue in that movie too. I don't know what it is about her in those movies, but she was... It was weird because one of my dad's favorite movie is The Fifth Element. I don't even think she's even good in that, honestly. I don't know. Her method of acting is very unusual for me. When they're not ruining Capcom movies. She's the wife of the... Yeah. So, yeah, she is. Whenever you officially are like, well, how come she's always surviving everything in these movies and just getting away with everything perfectly clean? And then you realize she's the wife of the director. You're like, oh, that's why she's a Mary Sue. See, I love the Fifth Element. So does my dad. And the first... See, the first Resident Evil, I don't even... That is probably the closest it gets to the games, but... The sequels, no. I mean, what was Apocalypse, the second one? The second one was okay, too. But after that, I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, my mom loves those movies, and I'll never fault her for liking the movies. But, not for me. She is 3 away from being able to hammer spin. Yeah, not a particularly big fan of those movies. Oh, that was also her in Zoolander. Yeah, I forgot about that. She was the woman that was working for Will Ferrell's character. Nagatu, I think was his name. Yeah, that was her in that movie. She doesn't say much in that movie, so everything was fine. Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was unfortunate to watch Monster Hunter, but it may have well been just a different movie entirely. It had the monsters, some monsters from the game, and that was it. It had Rathalos towards the end, but the main monster was the Diablos, which is a weird choice, I guess. Well, at least it doesn't just smell like paint here anymore. Also, I'm pretty sure everybody else knows Megan. It's her birthday today. If you guys see Megan Hertz on any socials today, you should wish her happy birthday. And that is Hammer Spin Mastered. So Chugga Conroy started a soul. I saw that. And his current team is Bayleaf and Geodude with a few Apom for. Okay, doing the actual headbutting for Apom is much better than doing the Honey Trees and Diamond and Pearl. I think one of the choices I'm excited to see would be Skarmory at the very end. Alright, Meru's done with that. So let's put on Cat's Cradle. He is almost done with Inferno. Okay, and then we have to work on a lot of Hashel. So. My favorite video game movie. That's a hard one. Or game that has video games in it, or kind of themed around video games. Mine is a tie between The Wizard and Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph is a pretty good one. I think for me, as far as actual quality of the movie itself as compared to the games, I'd say Sonic. So I think the first Sonic the Hedgehog, well, maybe not just the first one, but Sonic 1 through 3 are probably my favorite video game movies because they were very faithful to the source material. You might go Skarmory or Ursaring. Ursaring is in Soul Silver. Yeah, it's weird because Ursaring and Donphan actually switched places in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Donphan is in regular Silver and Heart Gold. Ursaring is Soul Silver and regular Gold. Sonic 3 is your favorite video game movie, but yeah, I think they may be overtaking every video game movie for my favorite because those were incredibly good. Oh, here's Cat's Cradle. Cat's Cradle. The Sonic movies, and having so many people be on board with it too. Having Keanu Reeves as Shadow was a great choice. I liked also, if you saw the recording booth of them doing their voices, Idris Elba wears knuckle gloves for being in character. It's really funny. I also like the 1993 Super Mario Bros. And I'm tired of pretending I don't. Mario. And what's your name? Luigi. Last name? What was your full name? Luigi Mario. And speaking of Megan, she loves that game too. I can see him using Slowking or Tentacruel. I would love, if I had to pick one Pokemon from Soul Silver, I would love to see him actually use. He already used Granbull for Coliseum, so that's not my choice. I also really like the idea of him using a, maybe one of the Hitmons. You know, that Tyrogue that you get in Mount Mortar? Getting Hitmonlee, Chan, or Top would be kind of cool, too. Ugly Sonic and Chip and Dale. I haven't seen that one. I know it exists, but he looks a little bit he looks a little bit different even for that meme there. And Inferno is done. Hell yeah. But as far as best video game character appear in a game, I think Bowser and Wreck-It Ralph, because he's even accurate holding his cup of tea like Nintendo intended him to. I think the cameos from that movie are pretty great. They have Bowser, Eggman, M. Bison's. I don't know why Zangief is a bad guy there, but he's in there. I like the take on the Mario Bros. Movie. It's a shame all the behind-the-scenes things that happen. What happened behind the scenes? I actually don't know what you're talking about, Solo. Tell me more. Ooh, Bone Crush. We gotta use Bone Crush at least once. See, I don't even hate that movie either. It's just, I think, I don't really consider it a Mario movie, even despite the fact they just share a bunch of names. But... oh, there we go. Bone Crush. But the Goombas, or the Koopas, whatever we call those, like those weird gangster guys with the disgusting heads. Zangief beat the crap out of me in Street Fighter 2. Of course, he's a bad... So, I was told that Zangief was a bad guy because he was a bad guy in the Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he is in that one. He worked for M. Bison for whatever reason. So, I thought maybe that was the reason why he was a bad guy, or he was in a bad guy meeting in Wreck-It Ralph. I also didn't even realize that the Double Dragon movie exists. Also, let me change my answer. I think that the very first Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s, I enjoy that one a lot. If it's considered an okay movie and your role is iconic enough where your personality gets put into the video games, you know you did a good job. Whenever he just says your soul is mine, that is so iconic that they put that to the games. Nose itches. Alright, we're gonna do Bone Crush at least once. And that's Bone Crush. Okay, Kongol's done. There's a lot that happened in the creation of the 1993 Mario movie. I recommend looking into it. Literally everyone hated working on the movie because of the directors and the concept rework. Yeah, because see what happened was Bob Hoskins, who was playing Mario, he wouldn't quit going to people's bathroom and start yelling, "Let's go!" in his very weird Cockney accent. That's what really happened. Yeah, whatever kind of backstory that people tell you about, that's what actually happened. Okay, well, Meru is actually... not Meru. Kongol's done with his additions. So we're going to switch him out with Hashel. Yeah, Bob Hoskins wouldn't quit harassing people. He wouldn't quit saying things from the games. Alright, Kongol is done. Let's put Hashel in. And he should be on Flurry of Sticks. Yes, he is. I have another Bandit Ring, don't I? No, I don't. Okay, let's get that off of Kongol then. I'm probably never going to use him ever again, so... wait, what am I doing? There he is. So yeah, I forgot the Mortal Kombat movie was another one that I really liked, so... that's another answer from me. Alright, now that we have Hashel, we're going to start doing his addition grinding, too. It'll be Meru who will probably be done, and then it's going to be Hashel. You know what's really funny about that, Wingman? So, the game based off the movie where they use all the rotoscoping for the characters, that's actually a pretty decent game. All things considered, that's a really good one. There we go. Yeah, the Street Fighter, the movie, the game, I think it was actually a pretty respectable game to play. I liked it. Yeah, hey Chis, what's going on, man? So, I normally stream early on weekdays. So, usually whenever I am on there, I am usually streaming about 3 p.m. my time, which is pretty normal for me because I'll get up, go get on early. But I'll be on for a few hours. I normally go on super late whenever it's on the weekends, though. Yeah, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're going to be doing just grinding tonight, so we're not really going to be going through any story stuff today. We're just going to be finishing everybody's additions. Yeah, I'll pretend like whoa, I did not know Miyamoto made that. One of the devs suggested Miyamoto for Link to have weapons you could combine, but Miyamoto said he couldn't imagine Link not holding a sword. I think I will appreciate the fact that they started making things like the boomerang and the bomb that makes better weapons for Link to have. So I will say the guy had a really good idea going on there. Also, speaking of the movie off of video games, I like how they announced Street Fighter with a bunch of very weird choices of casting. Like, they got Cody Rhodes as Guile. And I love how whenever they started announcing it for the Game Awards, there was practically no cheering. Cat's Cradle. Yeah, I love how nobody asked for that movie. I mean, I sure didn't ask for it. Whenever they were getting all on stage and talking about it, you hear like maybe like 3 or 4 cheers in an entire audience. Like, nobody asked for that. Anyone would make more sense than Van Damme as Guile, though. Oh, you don't want to hear that that Dutch accent there? You know, okay, speaking of that movie, I would say that the best choice that they... Okay, Raul Julia as M. Bison, they're never going to be able to top that. Whoever they cast for M. Bison, I don't care. It's not going to live up to the original. That guy was fantastic. Other people saw his project and volunteered to help him make a game. Eventually, they showed to Miyamoto and he approved. This is also early before copyright was taken seriously for video games, since a lot of cameos from other... Yeah, that's still like the very odd one out game for having the chain chomp and the platforming area with the Goombas. I mean, it makes a really cool cameo from Mario characters, and it gives the game its own identity. But I think out of that whole story, I'm glad it turned out well, because Awakening is a really good game. If someone showed me that trailer out of the blue, I wouldn't have been surprised if that was, like, AI generated or something. That's what I thought it was first. It didn't look real. Yeah, I did not think that trailer was real at first. Okay, so I know who you're talking about, Wingman, but I don't remember what her name is. I don't know. I just still images, you can never really get any good gauge off of that. You would have to show me an actual bit of trailer or part of the show for me to be able to tell you, because I don't remember what her name is, but I don't know. Just like that one still image of her dressed up as Lara Croft, I can't go off of that. I like how originally, Shinobi on this. Yeah, no, that was Revenge of Shinobi, wasn't that, Solo? Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man turned into Batman, if I remember right. It was like 2 bosses in 1. Yeah, Revenge of Shinobi is a weird game. I like Link's Awakening a completely normal amount. Yeah, that's Peachy's favorite game of all time, too. Is that your favorite game? Am I presuming too much, Peachy, or is that actually your favorite game ever? Take that! I love Link's Awakening. One of my favorite Zeldas. I think so. It's really weird. I had played the DX. Oh, that's gross. I had played the Game Boy Color version first whenever I was like 19 or 20 years old. I've got the Game & Watch thing that Nintendo sold a while back. That comes with the entirety of the original Link's Awakening. That's pretty cool. So that is one of the ways that I play Link's Awakening whenever I'm like especially bored or I'm like at a family function. I'll just whip out the Link's Awakening right there and play it. Fury of Sticks, or Furry of Sticks. That's what it's spelled. You know, a Furry of Sticks would actually scare me, because furries already scare me. Favorite Zelda, but Skies... That's right, yeah, Skies of Arcadia is our favorite ever. I knew you liked Skies of Arcadia, I knew you loved Link's Awakening, I just didn't know which order it was for you. Yeah, that sounds right. Flurry of Sticks. Remember, Furry of Sticks would be terrible, terrifying. Yeesh. Yeah, he says Flurry of Sticks or fair, and it's supposed to be Fairy of Sticks. I think that we were talking about at some point. The actual spoken line in the text is they're supposed to be different or something. Also, I need a refill. I'm gonna probably bring the entire thing of Sunny D in here to drink. I don't know, I just get really thirsty. Especially with this weird paint smell going on at the neighbor's house. They've been reworking an entire side of the duplex because my old neighbor, she moved out because she had dementia. And they're reworking it. And they even said they're going to be increasing the price of the rent over there for that. They did ask me if I wanted to move over there first. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Cat's Cradle. Okay, she's level 3 on Cat's Cradle now.
Take that, Flurry of Sticks.
So if she's level 3 on that, what is her damage output? Alright, level 3, she is doing... Well, that's her last one that she's doing. So we're just going to just keep her there, actually. And then we're going to be working on Hashel the most. Yeah, Hashel is the one who's the farthest behind. Yeah, when the ad break hits, I am going to go get a drink. Because I am quite thirsty. Dude, guess what? I don't know. Dude, what? Do you want me to actually guess? Or are you going to tell... Or are you just going to tell me anyways? I'll guess. You got a haircut. No, really, what is it, man?
Take that, Flurry of Sticks.
You just learned bomb skip. Wait, on your Mario 64 runs? Is that what that is? I almost thought you were talking about Bomberman for a second, but you're talking about your Mario 64 runs, yeah? Yeah, Kevo's also a Mario 64 speedrunner. So what does the bomb skip do? Tell a non-speedrunner like myself what that means. No, really though, that was really exciting.
Take that, Flurry of Sticks.
Okay, he's almost level 4 on Flurry of Sticks. Furry of Sticks? I don't know what you'd call it. Oh, somebody leveled up. Cool. That flopping animation is still getting me, too. Basically, I use a bomb to glitch in... Oh, okay, so the cage behind the chain chomp, right? See, I've seen some people do that with a backwards long jump. Or I'll see somebody like moonwalk with a bomb in their hand. So I think I actually do have an idea what you're talking about.
Take that! Flurry of sticks!
That's gonna make your PBs a lot better now, though, right? How consistently can you pull it off? Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that the Mario 64 speedrunning community was way saturated anyways, I would be interested in doing that. This was the first time. Oh, okay, so this is a new tech learning thing where you're just... Is it a consistent thing you're be able to pull off? Like, whenever you're... Because whenever I start doing PBs, I start feeling the pressure. Can you do that under pressure? Just did another one, so 2 out of 10 so far. That's really good. So apparently he doesn't have anything like that. Yeah, man, that's actually really cool. And it's going to make your PBs even better. Saving how many seconds on that, you think?
Flurry of sticks!
Okay, I didn't like really do anything, so... Yeah, I really feel we're still waking up. Yeah, sorry for still waking up a little bit here. I appreciate the days where I'm able to actually get up on time and stream at like 2 or 3 p.m. because even if I'm tired, it helps make sure... Because I do get a little bit self-conscious about making people cringe and get scared away whenever I'm getting excited and raising my voice. And I got a very like nasally voice like this. So... me being tired and just talking like this, I think goes a lot better as far as the vibes. I don't know. If anybody has anything different, thoughts about that, please share. I'm trying to be a little bit more receptive about... Or, I never get criticism from people on this platform because people are too afraid to hurt feelings. So, I would love whenever people feedback the stream. I should be able to get it once I get the feel of what I did. Do you watch a YouTube video or like a speedrunning strat YouTube video before you do anything like that? Because that's what I did with Crash. Whenever I was speedrunning Crash 1, that was what I did. Or I talked to one of my speedrun friends and she would tell me what the tech was. Ow. You're doing a lot of damage. If people get annoyed at you being excited or get annoyed at you being excited, do you even want them here? No, I really don't. And I'm doing better at being okay with that, if that makes any sense. I know I'm trying to see, and I've gone about a rant about this a few times on stream this year so far, but I'm okay being myself. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be like an ass kisser or a people pleaser, but trying to enhance the vibes of just a chill place to hang out. I don't want to like label my stream as a space or a safe space or anything like that, because I think that's kind of cringe. But also, hang on guys, we got an ad coming. While we have the ad coming, I am going to go ahead and take a BRB. I'm thirsty as crap and I'm really going to get a drink, so... If you guys want to hang out for a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. I am going to finish this battle off before we get back from the ad, so. So, when the ads are over, I'll capitalize on that statement I made a second ago. So, we're level 4 on Flurry of Sticks.
Take that! Flurry of sticks!
There we go. Yeah, we're back from the ad, guys. Thanks for hanging around. But what I was saying about getting annoyed, so I think one of the hardest things that I have to come to terms with, and you know, this is obviously not a general truth, I guess you could say, but I have had people, they'll come in, they'll follow, and then they'll immediately unfollow because they don't like the way I sound. Like, you know, I sound very nerdy nasally, or I look nerdy, you know, just stuff like that. So I will say I know for a fact people do sometimes get turned off from that. But if, like what Shinryu said, do I really want them here if they're going to do something like that? No, not really. No, I would agree with that. So thanks for the flower and loving it here, Keem. How you doing, man? Happy Monday to you. We're going to be doing just grinding today. We're done grinding Kongol, so we're just working on Meru and Haschel. Thanks for the welcome back. How's everybody feeling? Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out too. I really want to say I appreciate that. I'm also doing better at showing appreciation for hanging out, even if it's just a lurk, you know?
Take that! Flurry of sticks!
Flurry of sticks, okay. So, Meru is probably going to be done with Cat's Cradle before... Well, she's obviously going to be done with Cat's Cradle before Haschel is done. Are you sure it's the same people unfollowing after following? Could just be someone who followed because they wanted to sell you art shorts and then unfollowed later. Yeah. I mean, well, both... I think both things are true. And I'm talking about from things that happened months ago. So if it doesn't really necessarily apply to right now, but yeah, that could happen sometimes. I mean, unless they outright tell you have no way of knowing the actual reason and they unfollow. That is true. Well, okay, as far as the appearance thing, let me amend my statement here. I have had people get upset. Well, not upset, but I've had people get very you say put off by my appearance because, you know, thinning spot on my head, sunken cheeks, you know, just things like that. And I'm not like, I don't hate how I look, but I've had people actually say comments about my appearance and then immediately fuck off. But that is whenever I was still getting used to being more candid on stream and not taking it so personally for people I don't know personally. So I will say the voice thing I think might be a little assuming, but the appearance isn't. But again, the point is, do I want them here? No, I wouldn't want somebody here like that just being a bully, you know. And I shouldn't let people push me around when it comes to, I guess you could say heckling. So I think my mistake here is I will mistakenly assume things that happened months ago or even a year ago applies today, and that's just not always going to be the case. Hey Johnny, what's going on, man? Playing your game? What are you playing? Are you playing Legaia too? I haven't even played a Legaia game at all, man. Yeah, I haven't played The Legend of Legaia. I know I have a friend here who's named after Legaia that wants me to play it. How's the grinding so far? Yeah, Keem, we're done with Kongol. We're working on just Meru and Haschel, and then we're probably going to go fight Faust. Yeah, how you doing, Keem? Let's see here. I have said it once. I've said it many times. I love your passion and knowledge for games. So thanks, man. I don't know if I'd call it imposter syndrome right now, but I'm like, dude, it's just trivia. Your excitement towards games, especially when you're playing Pokemon, is contagious. I'm glad that people are enjoying me nerding out in these games. I've learned that me nerding out on these games, whenever I'm talking about it, even with Dead Air, it helps really... See, like I keep saying, I want to try to let lurkers feel comfortable having me tabbed up. But if people are really enjoying just having me just talk to nobody while they're having me as background noise, that is something I'm learning to embrace. A couple of times I've had it raid to really cool people and instantly feel compelled to follow them. Then a couple days later, I realized that times don't make it impossible to ever catch a stream. See, man, I've got, you know what? Shit, I was just talking about that with one of my friends. The time differences being like 8 hours behind or ahead or whatever, it makes it very hard to be able to catch their streams. And I like mentioning, even if I'm not able to catch them live, I love having their VOD up later so I can feel like I'm caught up to what they were doing. So whenever I'm able to catch up with them, then I know what's been going on, so I don't feel out of touch or completely misplaced in what they were doing. Dude, I've had people come in to say hi and respond, and they're already gone. It happens a lot. I assume I said... Okay. I was getting ready to go down that route of assuming until, thankfully, chatters in here have been pulling me away from that. I guess it's a really difficult slope to not slide down, is assuming what people's intentions are, even if you don't even know them. So, if they unfollow, maybe if they don't like the vibes, or whatever people like to use that label nowadays, then, I don't know, it's just, I think ultimately we shouldn't just read too much into it. That's probably the biggest thing there. Let's just not read too much into it. So, I'll do better about it if we do better about it solo. I will do better about it, though. And I've been really enjoying people kind of giving me pep talks lately, too. Best thing to do is just return their energy. Kind of like that in... Yeah, that's also a good point. I would... See, that kind of goes into the whole thing of... If they're just saying it in just a generic, non-personal sort of way, I wouldn't take it personally as well, too. And that's what I gotta get better about on stream. So... Take him to Xenobatos. No, not Xenobatos. Anything but that. Pasta, how you doing, man? Yeah, it really is Detroit. Getting arrested for nothing. See, if I do that, I just feel left out. One of the main reasons why I would unfollow. If I had to actually pinpoint a reason I would ever unfollow anybody on here, is if it's beyond a shadow of a doubt that is just a... Instead of it being a community, it's just a hangout for the streamer and like, you know, like a mod group or like a VIP group, and everybody else is chopped liver. I have had streams like that where any non-VIP or mod, you're just basically just not anybody. Sometimes they won't even acknowledge anybody who's non-VIP. And then these aren't even really like large streams either. It's kind of a crazy thing they would do. Well, under that notion, Solo, I could say, do you ever ask them any open-ended questions? You know, kind of get the ball rolling as far as communication? Because sometimes whenever I have a new chatter, I'll ask them questions about the game that I'm playing. So, they come in here while they're playing Legend Dragoon, I'll be like, hey, do you like Legend Dragoon? What do you like?
Take that, flurry of sticks.
We probably need to heal her, too. Lately, I've been doing after heisting, I had to go working, not because of the streamers being annoying or anything, but because I focus on my work. But yeah, so those particular type of workers, I want to actually... Again, I've been saying that I've been trying to accommodate lurkers, but lurkers like that, people who just have the streamer in the background because they're legitimately busy and need to do things and need to have the background noise, I am showing a little bit more gratefulness to. Because I don't like asking people to do things. Asking for people's time to constantly chat and hang out. I think it's a selfish notion. So, lurkers being so important, I'm starting to realize that a lot more this year, even despite Twitch hating it, you know? Hi, how are you doing? Have you played this game? Literally, what I always do, no response. Do you... Man, as a fellow streamer, I'm trying to think if I can help you on that, Solo. Because I've had situations like that, but I don't really read too much into it. Because most of the time, the game that I'm playing has already taken my attention enough, or my excitement enough, that it doesn't dampen my spirit if somebody does that. It's a hard thing to explain, I guess. I don't know. If I make sense, then it makes sense.
Take that! Flurry of sticks!
There's a lot of damage with that. It's a constant thing for me. A wise baby. You just gotta just. I don't want to say just push past it. Oh, so we got an attack ball. But not taking, like I said, not taking it so personally. Just pushing past it and just, again, doing what you know you're good at for streaming. You're good at games. You're really good at games. So being able to. Also, hang on. Kev sent me an image here. Oh, Kev just sent me the image of him glitching through the cage in Bob Battlefield with that bomb glitch. Yeah, I saw that. Heck yeah, man. That's some really cool shit, dude. I don't know. I don't want to... I'm trying to be intentional with my words here so I don't sound like I'm saying a platitude to you. Because streaming, especially whenever you don't have much activity, that can be difficult. And feeling like people don't like you for you whenever you are being yourself and that's just not compatible. That's a thing that I struggled with a lot. Again, some days are better than others. Some days I am just in a lackadaisy, not giving a fuck attitude. And no matter what kind of interaction I have, good or bad, I'm in a good mood because I'm enjoying what I'm playing. See, what I did was I focused on the things that I was good at, which are playing games and talking about them. I could be talking to nobody right now and telling you a whole bunch of stuff about this game. It's definitely a learning process for me, though.
Take that! Flurry of sticks!
Your knowledge is top tier. I used to tell myself that general video game knowledge or trivia that I go for a lot is not that helpful because what kind of applications are you going to use that in your life besides some niche pop quiz game or whatever? But people were being very vocal about how much they thought it was cool that I knew so much. My autism brain for knowing that kind of thing, people really liked. So I've been kind of embracing that aspect and trying to implement it more into my stream. So if I had something really interesting to say about a certain scene in a game that I'm playing on stream, I would talk about it. Like how it says Fairy of Sticks and he says Flurry of Sticks with the voice acting. It's a very weird niche. Cat's Cradle. She's almost level 4. Furry of Sticks, man. If it was Furry of Sticks, I'd probably go shoot myself. Okay, I don't hate furries or anything, but I am getting an influx of very weird furry posts on Blue Sky, and I'm just got a very weird vibe. I've been using vibe a lot. Let me use a different word here. I've got a very weird notion from furries lately, so I'm just very confused and perplexed by that. So that's why I just, whenever somebody says furry, I'm just like, eh. There's some very weird 18+ stuff that people just love spamming on Blue Sky, let me tell you. I've already considered that I will retire for my 9th affiliate anniversary. I was going to try to hold it up for my 10th, but even streaming constantly, I barely get anyone to stick around. Do you ever... So what about... People will sometimes say that they will say you should advertise yourself as far... Well, don't like go to... Like, obviously don't go to other streams and start self-promoting. But do you have any kind of like social media presence when it comes to that? Do you use self-promo channels on other channels on Discord? Like... Or... I wouldn't even say organically start mentioning you start streaming whenever you talk about a game, but even just putting yourself out there like that does a long way. That's from my experience. It doesn't hurt anything to put yourself out there. As far as like promoting on Blue Sky or Twitter. At least I don't think it does. It's like asking somebody out. The worst they're gonna do is say no. So people just say no. It's not like they're gonna go. They don't devalue you, if that's what I'm trying to say. I post my streams on social media all the time. I use it on Discord, but no one shows up from Discord. Do you ever like look at your analytics? No, they're really working on shit right over there on the other side. Do you ever look at your analytics and actually see what like the spikes are when it comes to your streams? Because I had a friend just mention to me that what he'll do is he'll look at the first hour of his stream and he'll see if whatever he's playing, whatever he's talking about is causing a spike on. Hang on. Okay. They're not knocking on my door, so that's fine. But he'll actually look at his analytics for the first hour and see if what he's doing is causing a little bit of activity on his stream, I guess. I don't remember the exact terminology he used. But do you ever... What I've also learned is category does a whole lot too. Do you go on retro or do you go on the actual game category itself? I had to switch from retro to Legend of Dragoon because if I do it on just regular retro, there's a potential I could get buried in the retro category. So for like a more niche game like Legend of Dragoon, I'll go category, like the specific category of this game, and get more activity because there's more specialized folks looking towards this exact game. There's a whole lot of things that go into it. I was thinking the opposite because I normally choose game category instead of just retro. I was told that you would want to... I think what I was told is go into the specific category until you're partnered. And whenever you're partnered, retro would probably work a lot better when you've already got that community already established. But I think actual category would go better. Sometimes for me, my phone doesn't give me notifications you're all live. So I take a break from whatever I'm doing IRL. And I am seeing a lot of you want to just go... When did I miss them going on live? I could definitely say Twitch is not the best when it comes to giving notifications on email or anything like that. So you're not the only person on that, Spectral. Although I follow a lot of people, so I do mute notifications. I constantly have my monitor up and I see who's live. That's how I know people are live. Oh, you just noticed Dart Simpson? Yeah, that's been there since the beginning. He's 6 away from mastering Flurry of Sticks. Basically confirming I'm doing what I... Yeah, absolutely. I don't think... You're not doing anything wrong, man. Especially with the streams I've hung out at. Because I know... Because I'll admit I'm a very busy person outside of stream. Yeah, you're doing nothing wrong. So the same conclusion I've come to. I'm not a good stream... No, that's not it. There's no... I don't think there's such thing as a good or a bad streamer. I will say, though, that people... And I've had to experience this personally. People who notice the negative... If you put a lot of negative connotations to yourself when you're streaming and talking to the chat, people notice that. I will say that. I had to learn that the hard way, that people did not like it whenever my heart wasn't into the streaming. So if your heart is not into the stream, people are going to notice that. And that might hurt something. But no, you're not doing anything wrong, man. There's no such thing for me as a good or a bad streamer. You're a streamer, same as me. You're in the same playing field. Everything is normal. I would just be sitting drinking my coffee after doing the adulting and go, why are the people who normally go live at the time not live? Are they okay? And then you just realize it was the phone. Do you have any like a kind of... I know you... so Spectral streams too. Spectral, do you ever like just have your monitor up? And you're able to tell whenever your friends go live. If you want to know if your friends that you're really interested in going live, Spectral, try Chatterino. Chatterino, your tabs, they'll have a red dot telling you they're live. That's why I don't stream with my heart isn't in it. I've had several occasions where I knew I had to take a break from streaming. I have taken 2 breaks from streaming. My 2.5 year, whatever you want to call it, career thing has happened so far. I have taken a 2-month stream between July and October last year, and I took one for like about a month last year. Oh, okay, so you do have it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I always use, so specifically for chats that I know I want to be in whenever they go live, I use Chatterino. I'm usually very into the game I'm playing when I stream, but also I haven't streamed in months because I have not felt well for the past month due to the IRL stuff. I never think that you should feel, yeah, obviously I don't think you feel bad for it, but you should never feel bad for having IRL stuff happen because there's literally, everybody knows there's an outside world outside of being chronically online. So I'm glad that you've been able to prioritize your IRL stuff, and Twitch isn't going anywhere. Twitch will be back whenever you're ready to come back. Solo. Do I have my items still? Yeah, I guess I do. I don't know why I'm doing it now, but whatever. I took a week and a half off to get my head right. I know that for me, I gotta make sure that I know not to go too far into my burnout before I burn out. Like I said, also I'm gonna pop my back. A 2-month break like that for me, that wouldn't have happened if I'd known that I was gonna get burned out and being so hard on myself for streaming too. So. But it's the days I can't be on my PC to go, excuse me, phone. Please tell me when JPU's live, for instance, is live. Twitch on mobile itself, I don't know. Notifications on Twitch too, I don't know either. I don't really rely on them very often, so I can't really give you a good gauge on that personally. But I've had at least like some experiences where I didn't know somebody was live because they didn't tell me. So it's going to Detroit. I also love him saying that in his voice every time you say that, Pasta. I am reading that in his voice. And even if you, oh, Flurry of Sticks is done. Yeah, Flurry of Sticks, but it says Fairy of Sticks. And as far as, you know, retiring on stream or whatever people would call it, I know that streaming is legitimately not that cracked up to be. So if you ever decide that you think, you know, streaming is not for me anymore, I would think doing it for the right reasons would be a good thing. If you're doing it because you're being down on yourself, then that causes other aspects of your life to kind of feel the same way, you know? Moods are very infectious.
Take that, flurry of sticks.
Man, he's like, no stuff from that. Bomb skip is getting more consistent. How many attempts out of which can you get it done? Also, Meru is actually almost done with her addition grinding. And she leveled up. I had to take time off recently as well for real life. A lot of changes have come to my IRL. I need to sort out. I don't got the time for it. I would bring the stress from my real life to my stream. I had to be very intentional about what days I streamed. Monday and Tuesday are good ones for me because it's right out of a relaxing weekend. I'm rested and refreshed. I know that, you see, even for me, I'm going to be really busy this week. I am playing a game with a friend tomorrow. I've got my family thing going on Wednesday. Thursday, we moved our VR nights to Thursday. And then Friday, I go grocery shopping and I'm moving out with my mom. So I'm busy literally all weekend. So what I realize is I wait till the weekends or the beginning of the week. And I feel a lot more refreshed. And because nothing really bad happens on the weekend. I feel a lot more refreshed after that. Yeah, dude, you're doing amazing work for Mario 64. And I don't say that lightly either. Okay, let's do 5 ring... No, let's do Hex Hammer. Okay, she's got 10 left for Cat's Cradle.
Take that, Hex Hammer.
Hex Hammer! Wow, that's a lot of damage. Holy shit. I think I would like to use the Signet Stone on the Sandworm. Nah, let's use it on the Spiky Beetle. Because if he does that one stand attack on Meru, I can just start defending and healing her. Even though Hashel's already going next anyways. Man, he only gets 15 points for that, too. I don't know if I'm necessarily the best person when it comes to giving streamer advice, but I can tell you about my personal experiences when it comes to burnouts and being too into the numbers and shit like that. I will tell you I've got a lot of good advice about streaming lately, so I feel like the good advice has gotten me out of a rut and a burnout, and I feel like I can talk a lot more about my personal experiences. But yeah, if anybody who streams just want to just talk about streaming, like my DMs are always open. I believe I accept direct messages on Discord. Yeah, even if anybody who's feeling bad about their streaming just wants to talk about it, I'm open to it. So yeah, don't feel like that you're imposed or intruding if you're DMing me. You're not. I can tell you I'm very busy though. I can't promise I'll always respond quickly. What do you mean Hex Hammer isn't a Meru? You know what? I didn't even think about that. Yo, that's actually an excellent point. I don't know. Well, the Hex Hammer, probably for Hexagon, because going for like the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 theme of Hashel's editions, I guess. I don't know. Is that Via? Hello, Via. Via, I was lurking the other day watching Resident Evil 4. You were like, you're having a really good time with it. Also, you guys really should be checking out my friend Via here. Via plays a lot of Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. How you doing? Hopefully work's been not stressful. Yeah, that should have been Hex Hammer for her. Also, I have no idea how much money I've actually made. She's only got 6 left. Yeah, I am going to go check out and see how many... What was I going to check out? Was there their levels, or am I going crazy? I don't remember. He's actually really not doing too bad as far as that's going, too. She's almost done. He's done. Miranda is obviously done. Albert's done. And Rose and Dart are done. I don't remember what I was going to look at. If it comes... Oh! My money. Okay, I already have like 8,000 gold. So I was going to go check my gold and see if I had enough for a Legends cask. We'll definitely buy a Legends cask today. Because I want to have one, ideally 2 of those for the super boss today. Yeah, we're going to try to go for the super boss tonight. I'm kind of a little nervous about that. Because that guy is really tough. Okay, she's got 5 left. Yeah, we are going to be fighting Magician Faust tonight. I'm probably going to sell my Ultimate War God after this, too. This grinding is really not taking that long, either. Yeah, I've got almost 9,000 gold, which is great, because then I can actually have enough for the Legends cask without actually needing to sell my Ultimate War God, even though I'm going to do that anyways. Wow, that is no SP gain. See, he's stunned, which is great because we have another turn. I'm not even going to worry about stunning him, actually. Gonna go finish your already something Mad. I don't know what Madhouse is, but best of luck to you on that. Yeah, you should inform me what Madhouse is later if you like. I'm not a super big Resident Evil player, but I play them on occasion. I see a lot of the mod work on that, which is really cool for the older Resident Evil games. No, I don't think that one. Which Madhouse is that's they're still actually active, aren't they, or no? I'm not that big into anime, admittedly, these days, but are the I don't remember if they are or not, though. Is one of the better anime studios. They're the one who made that, okay, help me out here. What's that one anime with the girl who's got the black and red sailor-looking outfit that transforms into a weapon or something? What is that one? Isn't that Madhouse? I don't know my names of my animes, so I know what they look like at a glance. Okay, she's got one more cat's cradle, and then she'll have. I am not sure. Hang on. What is that one called? Hang on. I know I'm not crazy. What is that one called? I'm gonna say it like the guy from Better Call Saul. I'm not crazy. Hang on. Anime with clothing. With clothes that are alive. Kill la Kill. Isn't that Madhouse or no? Yeah, that's Kill la Kill. Yeah, that's Kill la Kill. Is that Madhouse or no? Because I know that has to be censored a little bit too. Bones is the premium one. Bones like with like the forensic show. Yeah, Kill la Kill. That's actually, you did a very good job pinpointing what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's not Kill la Kill, is it? Bones Studio is the good one that did the like Eureka 7 and Code. Okay. The only thing I know, okay, so I watched quite a bit of Code Geass. So I had not seen the scene where people were talking about the girl on the table. Don't give me context about the girl on the table. They had to censor that one though, didn't they? Okay, they were Studio Trigger. Okay. Okay, not super good at knowing which studio did what. But I know Kill la Kill was, she knows Cat's Cradle. I know Kill la Kill is one of those other ones too. Cable Coon. I only know about that because that Crosscode game I played last year, it had that reference to that. She was on a table doing something. The only ones I know for sure from Madhouse is One Punch Man and Season 1. And boy, maybe you should have had them take over One Punch Season 2 or 3 and not had such shit quality. I heard that One Punch is not doing well right now. Ouch. Yeah, I heard, what is it, Season 2 or 3, whatever we're on right now for One Punch Man, not good. But I don't watch it, so what do I know? And she got Perky Step. I am totally going to get flattened by a worm here in a minute. Alright. So, she's got Perky Step. I think Madhouse probably had other projects and probably couldn't fit One Punch Man in for the timeline Namco Bandai wanted. That's the conclusion I've come to, at least. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Alright, we did Perky Step. They did the 2011 Hunter x Hunter. Boy, I haven't even seen that. There's all these animes I want to start watching later on, but I have real games to play and a lot of IRL stuff too, so I can start putting on anime for my workplace though. Because whenever I'm working, I usually have streams up. I keep telling people OPM season, One Punch Man season 2 wasn't that bad, but it wasn't as good quality as season 1 because people were saying it was literally unwatchable. That is the most Reddit comment ever. That is literally unwatchable. Yeah, that is the most Reddit comment I've ever heard. Yeah, they only say it's good because it's going up against season 3. I like how people's opinions change so wildly, too. Not realizing what they have until it was gone, you know? It's hard for me to get into anime these days because you actually need to dig at your full time and focus on, especially if you're watching in Japanese or with subtitles. That's what I'm saying. I don't have the time for that now. Uh-oh. I don't have the time to put my full attention towards the anime anymore. Oh my gosh, it's my husband, Beat. Guys, go follow Beat. Beat was celebrating his 5-year stream anniversary last weekend. Really cool, dude. Managed to also get through not FF6, Mega Man X6. How are you feeling after X6, buddy? Oops. Alright, we're gonna probably put Ultimate War God on Haschel. Never shouting out Beat too. Yeah, Beat's been going through the Mega Man X series. And uh-oh. I needed to run away. One Punch Man is only 12 episodes for season 1, if that's anything to go by. Yeah, because they took all the time to be painstaking and kind about their actual animation process, I guess. I'm gonna try running away. You feel nothing on the inside. Okay, as far as Mega Man X6 Beat, what was your least favorite part of it? And what was your favorite part of it? Did you like it whenever Zero said he turned himself into a pickle? That's why he hit himself. Now, X6 is actually a crock of shit. I've played X6 on my channel before. Yeah, if you think X6 is good, oof. Even though you haven't played X7 yet. What was I doing? Oh, Haschel's the last one left. So we're going to go and put Rose on just for helping out. That'll lead to the Mega... X5 did that. They were going to end the series off after X5, and that would have gone to the Zero series, but... They had to add that last minute, Zero's gonna lock himself back into a capsule thing. Bracelets. Yeah, it should be alright. Okay, Ultimate War God's gonna go to Haschel. Okay, so now we're gonna start doing some grinding for this. Haschel is literally the last one left. He's got 2 more to master. Hex Hammer and 5-ring Shattering. The capsule thing is X6. Yeah, I know it did. I know that. I know what the order is. Because they always say that the last event for Zero is always going to be that capsule in X6. It was supposed to end under X5, which was the Mega Man Zero. But then they're like, money! Yeah, and they really paid the price for X6, though, didn't they? Good lord, what a game. I like how they add the saving people mechanic, which fits with the heroic theme of the games a bit more. I also like the shadow armor. Yeah, the armors in that game are really cool if you don't accidentally soft lock yourself. The shadow armor in gate stage, I believe you can soft lock yourself until you get a game over. And the way you soft lock constantly is annoying as hell. I didn't like everything else. So, oh yeah, that's an easy trap you get yourself into for X6. I will say I do like the Mavericks in that game. I really, well, besides Infinity Maginian, that guy sucks my asshole. I really like Blaze Heatnix. Don't like his stage, but I really like Blaze Heatnix.
Die. Demons down.
Trying to get her SP back up. You've got to give props to Anti-Craze for Mega Man 04 because they got Prussian in 04. They're like, final Mega Man, make sure, we'll be sure the story ends. I remember they were even advertising that Mega Man 03 was supposed to be the last one in that series. But then they decided to put one more in for that too. It was very annoying going through that level, beating High Max, then immediately having the game over because I can't go back to the stage and beat High Max again. So, how long did it take for you to figure out how to beat High Max? Also, don't you like how if you beat High Max, you go immediately to the gate stages?
Die.
Oops. The Shadow Armor is very good against the fight. I could not begin to tell you how long it took me to beat High Max. That whole strategy, what you're supposed to do with hurting him, I don't know why it took me so long to figure it out. And then it's even worse with Zero, because you gotta do the exact opposite with Zero. You gotta hit him with a special attack and then hit with your normal sword. Okay, well she's done. I also really like how, since Dynamo was a popular character in X5, they just decided to just shove him in the X6 for no reason. Did he just say 6, 7? No, he actually said Hex Hammer. I can see why you'd hear that, though. The attempt with the blade armor, though, that was mostly because the upgrade they took were super cringe and were so bad I got the gate and had to restart the entire thing again. Yo, yeah. So the actual gate fight itself is bullshit, too, for that reason. Also, I do say as far as the gate stages, I like how they have the song from the X Hunter stage in X2. That is one of the gate themes in that game. They realized what was so good about the original games, they decided to rehash it constantly. It's like how they put Bubble Crab's stage music on tidal whales. Also, since now that you probably know the truth of it now, Beat, what do you think of the origins of Zero? What do you think about how you found out where he came from? The gate fight was so... yeah, I fucking hate the gate fight. I don't think that's even the worst one, but Gate is he's up there for me. What's really funny about that is, so I know you've been seeing the dream sequences that Zero's had every once in a while. So in this crossover games with, like, say, Marvel vs. Capcom, those dreams are still happening. Yeah, see, Mega Man is known for not being very upfront about the lore. They'll always imply stuff and almost never say it outright because they want the fans to come to their own conclusions for some reason. Yeah, his origin story is really cool. Yeah, he still gets those dreams in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's more so getting little context for anything unless you read the manual, which I ain't gonna do during using the Steam re-releases. You don't gotta read the manuals. What they imply for you is enough. Capcom sucked with story for their main IPs. They've always got to constantly keep the story going. Because remember, we got 6 versions of Street Fighter 2 for one of the... oh, she leveled up. She got Dragoon level 4, actually. Wow. Hang on. Yeah, she got Dragoon level 4. Okay, I'm going to put... do I want to put something else on Hash to make him faster? Hang on, do I want to make him faster? bandit rings. That is literally it. You went faster than the others. Older games used to be good at telling stories without too much dialogue. Yeah, they always did a show and not tell kind of presentation. Now you interrupted way too much. Tutorials. Yeah, you got to have your hand held constantly and make sure that you're told the same thing 3 or 4 times because your attention span sucks. It's a very belittling way they do it. He is level 2 on his Hex Hammer now. Mega Man X was implying X would go Maverick and Zero would have to take him out at some point. Never happened. I had thought they were going to be going the exact opposite way because Zero being like the ground zero, pun intended, for that. I will say for the classic series, it's something we're doing. We're getting closer and closer to the classic series, explaining the gap between the classic and the X series. So I'll say Mega Man 12 is going to be a good one for that, hopefully. Imagine loading up Super Mario Bros. Well, yeah, because they kind of already did that back in those days with the demo that they played if you left on the title screen for too long. So they don't tell you the control, but they show you how to actually play it. So that's, I remember Super Mario Bros. Does that too. I like it when they have just a compendium with all the lore in the game, but make the pieces. So, Hollow Knight, I thought it was really good about that. Hollow Knight, they give you all the lore about the enemies by you killing and the bestiary getting filled up. I like that. Metroidvanias, I think, especially are good with that. By collecting, explains the lore. Alright, so he is level 2 on Hex Hammer. Let's see what's going on for the other one. I'm probably gonna start using a speed up on Hashel because it goes faster. Alright, Hashel, you're going back to 5 ring shattering. I also think I'm gonna put the bandit ring back on because 5 ring shattering is not that big of a deal. I think I'm just gonna keep the agility ring on or the bandage ring because it goes faster. See, I don't remember him being worried about dueling Maverick and X1. That may have happened with Maverick Hunter X, though. I don't know. I remember the whole motive with Sigma was different in Maverick Hunter X, too. My gloves are filthy. Hang on. Yeah, instead of Sigma just trying to just usher in a new era, like just Reploids only, a lot of it was his desire to evolve Reploids like it was in X7 and X8. I remember from something else, that's what I got of it. When did it, oh! So the only thing I remember about the ending bit of X1 is it's just X asking himself like usual, when is the fighting gonna end? Maybe the X-Buster on his side will know the answer. Like how long must he suffer? That's what I remember about the ending. I'm on a high learning at this. I'm on a high learning this after. Oh, you're talking about the bomb skip. Dude, like, it's really exciting to get like a new thing of tech done, right? Yeah, that's just exciting. I also just feel they do whatever in the X series and people pretend there is an overarching story. Especially when they start getting to X7 and X8. Or X6 and X7, you don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that is literally the second time they have done, oh, this guy could be a vessel for Dr. Wily. Yeah, it's kind of weird they do that twice in that series. I spent a lot of time in X1, like, trying to see if you can one-shot... Yeah, so you can one-shot Sigma's first form. You can't do it with Wolf Sigma. I know that for a fact you can't. Yeah, Maverick Hunter X you can, but I don't think you can for the original. Wolf Sigma is immune to it. But again, like just said, it does work in Maverick Hunter X. Velgarder in Sigma's first form is always vulnerable to it, though. Yeah, Isaac or Isaac, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he was just some random sign. I think they imply more of him being another vessel for Wily in the Japanese version, but we don't know what the fuck was wrong with him in the English version. Well, the only explanation I can think of that solo is either you were playing a version that did allow that. Yeah, I don't remember that. Well, we're gonna be playing Mega Man X after this game, anyways. So we'll find out. So yeah, we'll find out after we get done with this game. That might be it. You've only played Maverick Hunter X once. Yeah, it may have just been like the port of the version. That's my only explanation. It's even more busted in Maverick Hunter X though, because you can load up the charge chameleon thing to be invincible and then do it. I remember that because that's actually how I actually cheesed that fight. Sigma does this big speech about how he's going to show X the true potential of Riploids, and then you just one shot him like, nope. Yeah, so Wolf Sigma is only normally vulnerable to the rolling shield or a fully charged X Blaster. Yeah, not really too important to get into it. Like the logistics really don't matter to me. We're gonna know about it when I play Mega Man X anyways. I will say though, everybody agrees that the music in Mega Man X is pretty great. Especially my favorite song is probably a toss-up between Spark Mandrill or Sigma Stage 1. Storm Eagle's pretty good too though. I don't think Hadouken would be efficient for speedruns anyways. Hard. Well, yeah, because you've got to basically have 4 E-tanks. You got to use it on Velgarder, and hopefully you don't get hit. Use it on Sigma Stage 1, and hopefully don't get hit. And then you got to make sure that the first thing that Sigma does, Wolf Sigma, is be able to actually get his hand down if you could do it. Yeah, the whole setup is kind of complicated. Well, he's doing almost over half that worm's damage with 5-ring shattering. Sorry for yachting so much today. I know I got plenty of sleep. Yeah, I don't really figure it's super important to really get into the details of the story of X1 right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change the subject on that, by the way. So if I do play Mega Man X, I am gonna be, well, it's always gonna be retro achievements. I will say that doing the achievements on that, I gotta do the Maverick bosses with my X-Blaster only. And I've also got to do it without, well, I've also got to separately do that without getting hit, too. So, X is probably going to take at least a couple of streams. I'll probably beat the game 100% of my first stream of that game. And then, could kind of probably be a little bit different. Now you have infinite ammo and a shiny platinum. Are you gonna be playing the game with infinite ammo, or are you just gonna be done with the game now? You think? Madhouse is the difficulty, right? What's his edition looking like? Oh, okay. He's done with. He's got level 4 to 5 ring shattering. We're gonna go back to Hex Hammer. All right. You know, who's faster? Rose's speed is 55. You know, I could put Maru up because she can do some defending. I'm also gonna make sure everybody gets fully healed too. That's a good idea. Basically hard difficulty. They also change item placement in some enemies. It's like a rearrange mode. Yeah, at least it's not anything as crappy as the invisible enemy mode in that RE1 remake, though. That was really annoying and tough. Whoops. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what I'm doing with Haschel right now. I don't know why, what the hell they were thinking with invisible enemies. Not even that. That and the one dangerous zombie mode where they have the guy with the explosives tied around him, and you can't shoot him or you're gonna blow up the whole mansion. That was also pretty annoying to deal with. All right, we got an ad break coming, guys. I'm gonna go get a refill of my drink, and I'm gonna go take a piss. Because that's what I get for drinking so much water. Dude, pork roast actually sounds delicious right now. Alright, enjoy your menu music here. I'm going to go take a big tinkle and I'll be right back. So, hang on tight. Alright, I'm back. Hello. Let's get back to the grinding. Thanks for the welcome back. Appreciate that. We've been on for about 2 hours. I figured we'll do another couple hours of grinding, be done with Haschel, and then we'll do the super boss. Yeah, dude, Beat, I'm gonna do the super boss tonight. We're gonna go kick some ass. Thank you for the welcome back. Y'all are too kind. I hope everybody's been feeling good today. I'm starting to wake up a little bit now too, so that's gonna be even better. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm waking up slightly, so I feel a little bit more with a spring in my step, as the kids say it. I will at some point replay RE7 on easy with the banana mode. My revenge for the grief of Madhouse. Hey, props for being able to put up with the hardest difficulty though. I don't necessarily know if this worm is the best thing to fight right now because we're only getting 2 attacks off per. Let's see if we can get a battle where we have that scarab beetle too, because that would be kind of nice. Wow, my glasses are really getting fucky. I think I'm just gonna get everybody switched out and just start healing them with the Fend. As hard as annoying as it was, honestly, it wasn't even nearly as bad as any of the Uncharted difficulties are even crushing. I would never ever do that stuff on stream because I'm starting to realize more of I'm disliking it. Well, you know, I don't mind doing these challenges on Retro Achievement because they're still reasonably difficult without being hair-pullingly difficult. But, boy, starting to realize that, like, just hardest difficulty stuff, not a big fan of that on stream. Also, if you guys don't mind if I have a candy, do you? I'm going to have some lifesavers. I've been addicted to these candies. Get them off stream. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, on stream, no way. Is Albert healed? No, Albert's not healed. Okay. What other candies do you guys like to eat? I really enjoy lifesavers. I also love those cream savers that your grandma would give you when you were younger. I like those a lot. And I'll just guard with him. He's halfway to level 3. Oh, he leveled up. Cool. I feel like I enjoy gummies. I like the gummy worms. I like those. Like gummies of anything else, like even like Swedish fish. Not a big fan of those. Gummy cola. Tell me more about that. I don't know what gummy cola is. Swedish fish gets stuck in your teeth, but the lifesaver gummies, I don't even like the lifesaver gummies. I don't like. I don't know. It's like it's a weird flavor for me. I've always been more of a hard candy guy than a soft candy. I guess that's a better way of putting it. You know what I was really into whenever I was younger? Did anybody have those chocolate-covered Boston baked beans, what if they were called? Those were really good. I like those a lot. Like, actually crunching with my teeth felt really good. Yeah, I haven't had those since I was like 13 years old, so it's been almost 20 years.
Take that, Rex Hammer. Take that, Rex Hammer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a battle with the worm and the beetle so we have more targets. Yeah, like that. That'll work. I used to love Reese's new Nutrageous, but in the last few times I had, I was like, this is way too sweet. Did you read and see how many grams of sugar are in it? You know, I won't even think I'd have to read this. Yeah, 12 grams of sugar. And that's 4 pieces, so that's quite a bit for a lifesaver, I guess. Yeah, ever since I've, like, the older I've gotten, the more I have started looking at the actual contents of my food. I say as I'm eating a lifesaver. Oh, damn it. You know what? I forgot this guy's really bad when it comes to that. Trying to build Albert's SP back up, too. Yeah, I forgot. I have to get really good at the addition for Hex Hammer because I forgot that the beetle will counter and the worm won't. Albert's is really funny. Ah! Yeah, he's almost level 3 on it, which is really nice. I'm getting another picture here, I think. Oh yeah, Kev's got more. I just saw, yeah, Kev just sent me this meme of while I was looking at her game like a phone. It's from youngster Joey from Gold and Silver. It's Joey, you got a minute? You know, let's change the angle here. Yeah, it really is true. Although, So I only ever keep the phone numbers of the people who actually give me stuff in Crystal version. Joey doesn't. I think Joey gives you. He gives you. I think HP plus. But you have to basically beat the game in order to be able to get it. Yeah, they start giving you vitamins if you beat their rematches. Alright, we're gonna put on 5 ring shattering. It's been about... See, I've been doing a lot more grinding on this than I thought. We've already got a lot of additions done. We've gotten 7 of them done today, so that's pretty reasonable, I think. I made sure I kept the numbers of the evolutionary. Yeah, so I did too. So I think Picnicker Liz is the one who gives you the leaf stone, and having a Weepin' Bell that early, you can get a victory bell pretty damn early because of her. They won't always give it to you, though. You gotta, like, do a rematch, and I think they have a chance of calling you about it. He should get another turn before the worm does. Nope, no he doesn't. Yeah, get 5 ring shattering done pretty early. This grinding is taking a lot. It's taking a lot less time than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we'll get Hashel done and then we'll go fight Faust. I don't know if I want to keep going if we beat Faust tonight so early, because I also want to... I want to save my finale for a reasonable amount of time. Because the final boss and the final dungeon can take a really long time. So there is one thing to remember about that. Okay, they're all going after Albert, which is fine by me. This Dune mod looks intense. This is the most faithful Dune adaptation we've ever gotten. Yeah, forget the Dune movies. That's just capitalizing off your nostalgia. He's already almost done with 5 ring shattering. We're doing pretty good as far as our grinding. We're doing really not that bad at all. Yeah, 68. We got 12 left already. We're doing a pretty well, how much money do we have now? Hang on. We should have at least one for enough for a Legends cask. Yeah, we've got enough for a Legends cask. That's really good. We've got over 10,000. I legitimately might buy 2 Legends casks tonight before we go fight him, because that would really help. You know, we don't even need to do that because it's going to be Hashel's turn again anyways. Five ring shattering! Okay, 10 left. And then we're going to do strictly Hex Hammer. Yeah, Hashel takes the longest because he's just got so many additions. Yeah. If we end up doing Fosterly, I may even make this a little short stream. Because there's no way because the thing I'm worried about is I don't want to do part of the last dungeon now and have like maybe an hour left for the finale. So we're going to save the whole final dungeon and boss for that.
Take that! Five ring shattering!
Whoops, the daisy. That worm's going to go again.
Five ring shattering!
Who's going to chat? Oh, that's yeah, Solo, that's a ROM hack, dude. Yeah, that's a ROM hack. So that description says yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Thanks for sharing though.
Take that! Five ring shattering!
Okay. That is cool though. That actually is a cool idea though.
Take that! Five ring shattering!
You know, it also makes me think yeah, so eventually when we get to Tomb Raider 1, that's going to be a really tough game though, because the achievements require me to do the levels without any weapon besides my pistols and killing all the enemies. That's going to be really rough. Yeah, but your pro achievements just sounds rough. Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. Being able to pull that kind of stuff off. So I have quite a few friends who do things like Tomb Raider speedrun, and they have difficulty doing those kind of challenges too. So it's definitely going to be one of those things that's going to take me a little while. Oh, we have 4 left of these. I know Tomb Raider is a fairly popular category on Twitch too. Also, Albert leveled up. So I'm interested to see how people enjoy seeing retro achievements of that game. I have quite a few friends who've done the retro achievement for Tomb Raider 1 as well, so. Yeah, because that new TV show's coming. Yeah, Lara Croft in general, she's been popular on Twitch for a while. Alright, I'm gonna use Magic Signet Stone. With the new anime and the upcoming... Yeah, and the new 2 games coming out too. The reimagining of Tomb Raider 1 and then the other new game. Alright, 77. Yeah, Tomb Raider... Damn it. Tomb Raider fans are thriving right now. Gotta love the random Lara love we've been getting. Not random. It's been one of those things where, you know, it was a dormant IP and people decided to revive it. I mean, we've always had Tomb Raider love, but... Tomb Raider. It's Tomb Raider. It's that one pink-haired caveman guy on the PS1. Tomb Raider. You guys remember those games, Tomba? Yeah, they did, what was it, Limited Run Games did another remaster of that game, too. Tonball number 1, no. Is that the one where he starts singing, throwing all these women to the sun? I wonder which IP needs a proper revival. I wonder if it's gonna be something that rhymes with Legend of Lagoon. I wonder if it rhymes with that. Oh no, I've never heard that. You know, now that I know that you're not joking, I have no idea what that is. Hey, Dynastic, good to see you, man. How are you? Tobal #1. No, I have no idea. Oh, that is a game. No. Oh, that's a fighting game. That looks like a virtual fighter game. Also, it's got Akira Toriyama. No, not Bahamut Lagoon. Alright, 5 ring shattering is done. Yeah, I would be okay with at least a remaster of Legend of Dragoon. I would be okay with that. That's a lot of damage. Lagoon and Bahamut Lagoon are separate games, I think. I've never heard of regular Lagoon. I know about Bahamut Lagoon, but not the other one. Okay, that's one of those Super Famicom games we never got here in the US. Yeah, I don't know what Lagoon is. I'm afraid I do not know. I live under a rock, apparently. Alright, I'm gonna put Ultimate War God on. There we go, let's do that. Hey, Shaw, what's going on, buddy? Day's been going pretty well, man. How are you? Can I get a shout for Gotcha Shaw, please? By the way, Gotcha's been hanging out with me and a few cool people recently. Plays a lot of cool retro games. I believe you play retro. How's it going, man? Remaster is the way to go. Maybe add some quality of life stuff. No remake, please. I think I would agree with that notion. I think keeping the actual spirit of the gameplay with just making it just better resolution. I think that's what we should start with first. That did a lot of damage. Holy shit. Man, this is over 1,000 damage. Lagoon has the best intro for the Super Nintendo. I've never heard of Lagoon. Hang on. As we do this fight, I'm going to go take a look at that real quick. Lagoon Super Nintendo. Oh, so it's legitimately... Oh, so it's like a Zelda-esque fighter. Holy cow. No, I've never even heard of this before. Oh, maybe I'll try that at some point. Hello, everyone in chat. I hope everybody's been going pretty well. Yeah, how's the East been, by the way? You've been playing 1 and 2. You've been doing good. Doing a year of Falcom games at the moment. Hope on the shout out. Yeah, ironically enough, this is going to probably be my only stream this week until Saturday because I've got to help with my sister moving on Saturday. And then Sunday I'm going to be going live with Kev and Solo doing Dokapon Kingdom. I will always support FF7. I don't know, man. FF7 Remake, I got a lot of problems with that. Yeah, I would much prefer playing OG FF7, but that's just... But yeah, people who enjoy Remake, I'm happy for them on that. I don't know if it's against TOS to flip off the camera, Kev, but I'm flipping you off right now. I'm okay, relaxing, surviving, daydreaming, but man, you're doing a lot more business than I am. I'll take either if a remake has a very similar but somehow improved edition system, I'm okay with it. They need to improve the voice acting. Gosh, I don't want the voice acting giving me jaundice, you know? Boy, when we do the finale of this game this Saturday, you're gonna see what I mean about the voice acting. Ugh. I think it just gets worse and worse the farther in the game you get. Oh, Lagoon being hard as fuck. So it is very Zelda-like, it looks like. Some of the enemy boss designs I really like. I just took a big gander at that. Hot take, I enjoy FF7 Remake over the OG. Oof, not me. Although I have some, yeah, it's because they fucking put Sephiroth in every single scene in that game. It's like impossible for him not to. No, it cannot be. So the mainline series, and so Trails and Ease mostly for the time being. So I had a friend who also, I remember telling you about this last time. I have a friend who did a lot of East playing. The genres being so different between the games is always something that been kind of intrigued me about that. And then of course Trails also did. Trails was one of those games because it's like very RPG-esque. It always attracted me, and I was surprised how old the Trails series actually was. I'm sure Remake is a great game as a standalone, but it wasn't what we asked for. See, it feels like the best fan surface FF7. Like, it's like the most ideal way a fan would make FF7. And I know it's Toriyama, not Toriyama, excuse me, Nomura. Gosh, don't crucify me for that. But Nomura, it's like he put all of like the highlights of FF7 to that game as opposed to everything that was meaningful, you know? But I know FF7 can be kind of a hot topic at times too, so yeah, like they just won't shut the fuck up with Sephiroth and Rebirth. Yeah, without getting into the details about the actual logistics of that, I know what you mean. I didn't care much for that either. I much prefer OG7 because that was a, well, like I said, I keep saying how the ending was bad in Rebirth, but I don't think I don't know. The ending, I fluctuate on how much I enjoy the ending of FF7 OG. I still need to play Remake. Yeah, I'm being very careful not to say anything spoiler related or story related for Kev, and I appreciate folks in chat not doing the same thing. But yeah, Kev, I do hope you enjoy Remake for what it is, though. We all gotta wait for Remake Part 3 to get it. It's gonna be FF7 Renew Your Car Warranty. Yeah, both series vary quite a bit. If I had to pick between, if you were gonna pick for me between East or Trails, Shaw, what would you pick for me first to try? Because I might try those off stream, actually. You'll pick Trails? Okay, bet. Because Trails, they're coming out with a new game pretty soon, aren't they? They did the Kingdom Hearts thing with 7. Yeah, they won't shut up with Xehanort either. Yeah, then they basically jerk your chain around for like a dozen games in Kingdom Hearts. And, oh, by the way, that was the end of the Xehanort saga, as if they knew that was a cash cow franchise. I pick Weast. You're fired again. For a hardcore fan, the Remake series, I'm sure, has been great because it adds in the characters and lore from the side stories. I think one thing they do well with the Remake project are the NPCs are way more fleshed out than they are in the remake, in the original, excuse me. So, Remake and Rebirth, I do appreciate for that. Trails, hands down. You agree with Trails? Start from Sky. What platforms are... They just remade Sky, didn't they? Isn't that like the first game they just remade or something? See, that's the first I even heard about that game was Cold Steel. I didn't even know about that series until like 5 years ago when people were playing Cold Steel. I think that was number 4. The remake just came out with the first. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to see if it's more of a retro feel for the OG version. Maybe I would want to actually just play the original first. Second one comes in the fall. So that's the game that I'm probably thinking about. They're doing the second one. Are they ever going to definitively finish it up within like the next decade? Hex Hammer does a shit ton of damage. Excuse me. I've been burping a lot and yawning a lot. I know I'm going to be grateful if we actually get this done early. Again, may not be a very long stream. Hearing Cold Steel just unlocked in memory. Cold Steel is the 6th game. So, this was a series that started like on PlayStation 2 though, right? So it's been a relatively, excuse me, older game though. That's a heck of a console to start out on. It reminds me of East, how they have much differing... You know, I'm going to speed up Haschel first, actually. Yeah, East is also like that, where all their consoles just differ a lot. Ugh, you know, I'm gonna check out my calendar while we do this. Yeah, I have a daily calendar that I use now. Man, it's 19 degrees outside right now. PSP was its first platform. I want to say that's a very underrated platform or console, whatever you want to call it, for what it's worth. There was a lot of really good games for the PSP. Jack X was not one of them. And no, I think Jack X was actually PS3. But anyway, I think it unlocked some stuff. Cold Steel is like the... Yeah, no, you guys are both wrong. Cold Steel is the 42nd game in the series. Yeah, they're going to remake Cold Steel for the 3rd time this summer. That's the real truth. That camera does a lot of damage. Like, nothing as far as... SP, though. This is kind of a useless gesture here. Alright, if you go across the street, make sure you hold your mom's hair while crossing the street. No, really, don't enjoy the work, bud. Trails games are part of the Legend of Heroes series. Legend of Heroes started the PC engine. There were 3 Legend of Heroes games before. Okay, so Oh, so they are older than I thought. Okay. I had got the impression they were old, but I didn't think they were that old. I don't know if I want to spend that much time on Legend of Heroes, though. It's the 3 skies, then 0, then Azure, then Cold Steel the Hedgehog. What have you played Cold Steel that had Cold Steel the Hedgehog and he says, psh, nothing personnel, kid? But that series would be a lot more popular. That would be really stupid. They have a whole bunch of original characters, Donut Steel. Okay, he's almost level 4 on Hex Hammer. We're almost done grinding, actually. Yeah, this really is going to be a short stream. Because I don't want to do the final dungeon now, because it's just going to make a really short stream for the finale, and that's kind of anticlimactic. So we may even just be live, depending on how good of a fight we have against Faust. Faust may kick my ass. I don't know. I definitely have enough for 2 Legends casks though. Yeah, that's why they are dropping the Legend of Heroes titles in the remake. I think, so the impression I get from the Legend of Heroes series is it's got a thing like Kingdom Hearts where, you know, I'm definitely not saying it's in a negative connotation, but Kingdom Hearts has that thing where you have to basically play every game in the series to understand what the hell is going on. Kind of the same way with that. Is that accurate? The thing about East is after 3 you can play whichever one in any order. Because I think it was you who mentioned at some point that they give you a lot of exposition and recaps of the story too. I think that was one thing about East series I appreciated too, just from a standpoint, a first impression standpoint. Alright, so are you seeing how much damage this motherfucker is doing? I'm probably gonna max everybody's additions before we start the fight with, or the Dragoon levels before we fight Faust. Play every Kingdom Hearts game or no story. Yeah, you have to play the really shitty data-coded game. I don't even like that one. They just don't have the same impact if you play Trails out of order. So it's got to be. So are they chronological based on the release order in real life? That's another question for you. The Trails games, I think, is closer to Persona or Shin Megami Tensei, where Persona just has its own thing away from the main. It has similarities as far as shared characters, like, you know, NPCs, but different story-wise. I get behind that. Yeah, you even gotta play the Kingdom Hearts Cross or whatever that one was called. You gotta play that one too, because then you understand a lot of backstory for the other characters. Not a big fan of that. That's just them making things overly complicated. I don't know what is with Square Enix and making it so you have to play all of their games in their series to understand what the fuck is going on. Square Enix is bad about that these days. In the Sky remake, you might as well wait until they remake the other Sky chapters. So what you're saying is I'd probably just want to play the original first, then, yeah? I mean, I could do that. We'll just start with each. I don't know. Trails are looking pretty nice. Ugh, excuse me. Sorry. I promise I'll quit yawning. I'll look up the order because the other ports vary widely and throughout the years. I would. I still have yet to officially beat Final Fantasy 1. You gotta play FF1. Oh, well, you don't have to. But FF1, I still like playing. I like playing the... I will say I like playing the PSP version the most in FF1. But it's... FF1's mechanics still hold up. Or you could play that... that one mod that they did for FF1 where there are additional jobs from the more modern entries in the series. Like, they have a blue mage in that port now, too. Or that mod. I played the Dawn of Souls version. So, before I knew the PSP version existed, Shinryu, that was a version I actually played. And I really like it, because those extra Soul of Rebirth dungeons are excellent. Or Soul of Chaos, whatever it was called. Yeah, I really like those. Alright, Haschel has 12 left before he's done. I really like the extra bosses they have in that too. They have bosses from FF. Well, people on this stream have seen me play the PSP version. The only thing that is different about the Soul of Chaos dungeon in the PSP version is they have that extra dungeon at the very end after you beat the 4 fiends, and I don't like it because the randomness of that really pisses me off. The other dungeons are fine. Anyways, I think we just gotta use the another attack here. PSP was too ahead of its time. Did you also guys play? Anybody ever play the FF2 port on PSP as well? That was really damn good. The thing with Evil Glory the spoilers is that East Origins is a prequel that takes place well before East 1, like hundreds of years. And East 4 through 10 are basically adventures that place stays between. So they are doing Kingdom Hearts shit. So I basically have to, if I don't understand any of the plots from any of them, I'm going to be lost at sea or just watch a recap. People harp on FF2, but I think the PSP port's the best way to play it. East is another game that has like... So, I know... Was it... Heinz? My friend Heinz, he was playing East 8, I think. He was playing the... Yeah, East 8, or... I think I was pretty sure it was 8 that he was playing. So... That, couple that with the spin-offs that you have, it sounds a lot like it's going to be a Kingdom Hearts situation. So maybe I better start with Trails first anyways. They're sort of independent adventures. I like Zelda. 5 never got a PC port. How would it be the best way to play 5 then if you can't play PC? It's not console, is it? And yeah, Heinz is playing. Either he's playing it or he's finishing it. It's one of those two. Because I thought he just started another game. It is on console. Okay, I'll probably go get it then. Yeah, I always like looking at new series on my own time. That's why I was saying you can play East 1 through 3 and then play the rest in any order. I'll definitely figure out what I want to do whenever I have... I mean, I have a lot of free time anyways, but whenever I get burnt out on retro achievements, it's probably be more energy towards that. Well, 1 and 3... Oh, so 1 and 3 are like 10-hour games each? Like I could beat them in an afternoon? That whole series is one of the most banger OST. There was a final boss theme that somebody shared with me one time from the East series, and it was really kick-ass. It was like a Demon King or something. I'm sure people who played the series know who I'm talking about, but it was really like enjoyable to watch. The Othin Filgana. That might be. That's probably not what I'm thinking of. There's a final boss theme I really like. So I'm doing Origin at the same time. So is 3 the one that had the original port and then it got remade for like in 3D? Is that what I'm thinking of? Because I think that game I'm thinking of is... You know, hang on. I'm gonna look it up now. Othin Filgana might be what I'm thinking of. Hang on, I'm gonna look at it right now. Final boss. Okay. Nope. That is who I'm thinking of. That final boss theme is great. Yeah, that final boss is really cool. I'm not gonna say who it is, but somebody shared that song with me and then shared that fight. It looks really good. That looks really hard too. Yeah, so I have seen the third one. That specific fight. I don't know the context of it though, so I'm not spoiled. Will Ferrell movies, I don't know. Probably Will Ferrell movies. Will Ferrell movies are funnier for me than Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler movies are just kind of ridiculous. Alright, he's got one more hex. We are already almost done grinding. Yeah, you guys might see a short stream tonight. So, Ys 5 is on the PS2 and the Super Nintendo. Okay, what is your preference on that? Do you have preferences on every port of each of those games, I assume, yeah? You are all PC. Okay, so you definitely prefer the PC ports. I'm probably for the older one gonna probably either go on the PC version myself or emulating it. Alright, Hex Hammer's done. See, my favorite role from Will Ferrell is the other guys. Yeah, I think... Wow, I really lagged a little bit there. I think the other guys is funny whenever he is... Ooh, there's Omni Sweep. Look at Omni Sweep, you guys. Wow. Wow. You cannot get an official... So how do you... So you'd have to... You basically have to emulate it then, yeah? I would probably have to do that. And you already know I emulate just fine, so... That's the one. Yes, that is one of Mark Wahlberg. That is not... Yeah, that's also Daddy's Home, which is kind of weird. But my favorite bit from that movie is whenever Samuel Jackson and Dwayne Johnson... They look at each other like, you think what I'm thinking? They're on top of a big building. And he's like, you think what I'm thinking? Yeah, aim for the bushes. They jump off to Foo Fighters play in the background, and then immediately smack in the pavement and die. Alright, let's do Omni Sweep. Alright, all of our additions are done. But it's also said that it's the weakest entry. What do you think would be the strongest one in your opinion? Alright, so we're done with Addition Grind. We're going to go fight Faust. I am going to go sell some stuff before we go fight him because I only have enough for one Legend Cask. Oops. Oh well. We can get Albert's Edition back up, so it's fine. He does a lot of damage. I'm going through all these blind for the most part. From reading, 8 is the most... So, yeah, 8 is the one that Heinz was playing. He said that was a really good one, too. Alright, you guys ready for a super boss? Because we're going to go fight one. The E series is also not dormant, I hope, too. We're going to go to Lohan and go buy some Legend Casks. I may need another disc. I'm not sure if I have to use a different disc or not. Maybe. Yeah, we gotta get disc 2. Hang on. I think it's very weird how this game does this. You guys ready for me to get my ass kicked by Faust? Because we're going for him. If you get 2 Legends Casks, you should be fine, but... Final boss is the worst experience. You've had it really that bad, huh? I don't know. Does it beat out Crash Bash 200%? Alright, we go find the armor shop. The weapon shop. Oath is great too. So is 7, but 7 is only on the PSP. I do have a PSP emulator I would try out. I just hope it runs fine. It should, though. I think the weapon shop is up here. Yeah, Crash Bash was one of the worst experiences of my life. No. Let me go to the weapon shop. 7 has an official PC port. This is like by PC port, like Steam, though, I assume. Yeah, I figured all the PC ports are Steam compatible now. Well, I guess I'm gonna start adding stuff to my wish list. All right. So there are the Legend Casks. Your magic defense is amazing when you buy this. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. Alright, I'm gonna go take the Ultimate War God off because I'm gonna go sell that. I don't need the Ultimate War God anymore. Alright, we're gonna sell Ultimate War God. We're gonna sell as much as we can that's extra so we can buy another one. Well, there's 5,000 for the Ultimate War God. Alright, Broadsword, don't need that. Bastard Sword, I don't need that. I'm gonna keep the Heat Blade, in case there's a water boss. Falchion. might not even need to sell that. Oh, I can sell a beam using arrows. That's an extra one. I'm gonna sell some plate mail. We don't need that anymore either. And the chain mail. You know what? I'm gonna sell some of these items that I know I'm never gonna use. Hang on. Like the smoke ball, I know I'm never gonna use. Pandemonium, I'm probably not gonna use anymore either. Why would they make it so the pointer goes back to... It's I don't know. It's one of those other things. They just don't think about their actual... their gameplay. I don't know. Gonna go to work. So have a good rest of your night, buddy. Thanks for the lurk. Yeah, she doesn't need these anymore. Spear of Terror. Partisan. Short bow. Backseeker says keep smoke ball. Backseeker got to get banned. No, I don't like running away from enemies with that anyways. It's 100%. I don't have any problem just running away anyways. All right. Let's do... Iron Knuckle. Diamond Claw. Brass Knuckle. Okay, one more item. Alright. I have 63 gold. And I'm going to put 2 legend casks on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my 2 ideal characters I want to do for this fight. Which I think is going to be... I want to keep Albert for sure. I think I'm going to... Do I want Haschel? I don't know. Probably. You know what? I probably do want Haschel. We're going to put the bandit ring on Haschel. And a legend cask on him. Because you're going to be a lot more survivable whenever you have the legend cask on. Alright, well I know Albert needs the cask too. And I think I'm going to give him an attack badge. Yeah, okay. And I think for him, I think I'm going to keep the dragon helm on. And the therapy ring. Alright. Alright, we have 2 legends casks. I think we're ready to go fight Faust. Because even if Dart doesn't have one, he shouldn't be taking that much damage. There's not an inn here, is there? I don't think there is. But yeah, we're going back to the Tower of Flanvel. I probably need to go find an inn. Where was Flanvel again? I think it was in Leningrad, wasn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we'll head over to the Tower of Flanville now. Kausha Glacier, that's where we're going.
Blossom Storm.
Yeah, we're gonna go fuck this guy's shit up. Yeah, if you don't have any Legends cast, you gotta be like in your level 40s to even stand a chance. This guy is really bad. Also, I haven't saved in a while. That probably might be advantageous to go do that. There are the ads, by the way. We're gonna make our way to the... Yeah. Okay, I think it's gonna make me switch to disc 3 now. Yep, it sure did. So yeah, we're probably gonna make this a short stream, depending on how long this fight actually lasts. And it goes without saying that you need to actually have the Vanishing Stone to even stand a chance here. Yeah, we gotta go down that way instead of the normal way. You know, I might detour to go get a full heal before we go do this fight. That still does a lot of damage. Yeah, these guys are going to be really good for physical hits. And that's what you want. Because Foss has pretty bad physical defense. Yeah, we're going to take a detour. Yeah, we'll go, because Dart has, like, no MP healing right now, so we'll go do that. Man, one-shotting a mammoth is crazy. Albert is definitely my go-to when it comes to damage like that. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go to that one cave to go heal, then we're gonna go make our way back to the glacier. Excuse me. Alright, so that leaves us with... Whenever I get to the actual fight, I'm probably going to change my additions over to the more powerful ones. So, Dart's okay where he's at. Hash will probably go to Hex Hammer. Albert will probably be okay where he's at. These guys are probably okay where they're at.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
These guys should have no issue with the enemies here.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing Dynamo.
I want to make sure that their Dragoon levels are also capped out, which I think they are. Because although Albert and Haschel will have good magical defense with the Legend Casks, Dart won't have one, so... I know that this guy also has like the second highest HP stat in the game too, so I know that's why this fight's gonna take a while. Five ring shattering. Hey, Silent Knight, what's going on? Dude, we're getting ready to go fight, Faust. We have 2 legend casks. I'm a little excited, nervous for this. I'm just gonna, yeah, this fight is really tough. I'm gonna probably like overhype it. It's gonna be easy because I had those legend casks on though. Just watch.
Blazing Dynamo. Take that, Omni Sweep.
These guys do a lot of damage now. Whoops. I probably did that too early. Oh, Albert just got Dragoon level 4. Heck yeah. You know, we should probably keep him, actually. Does that mean everybody is Dragoon level 4 except Kongal? Yeah, everybody Dragoon level 4 except him. I think I'm actually going to give him a little bit of attention here. Kongal. Wait, how much HP do I have, or gold do I have? I'm gonna go buy some stuff. Hang on. Shenanigans. You're shenanigans. We could buy some items. That might be useful. I have no healing breeze. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Alright, now we actually have some healing in place in case we need it. Haschel, or Dart could be the healer. This bit right here... Ugh, boy, my balls dropped there. This bit right here reminds me of Final Fantasy VII at the Mount Nibel. Yeah, let's see if we can get Kongo to level 4. Probably not, but... You didn't do it, JB. Thanks, Dynastic. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yes. Go. Go.
Dynamo! The fact that that thing belly slides at me is pretty hilarious, too. The last edition really do give him a lot of SP, though. Not really Hashel, but... Okay, well, Failed Blizzard ain't gonna do shit because Faust's special defense is pretty high. Oh yeah, I gotta teleport around again. Alright, here we are. I am going to save here first because you never know if something bad's going to happen. Got a little bit more gold. Alright, so that apparition of Faust will still be there at the middle of the room. So, I'll show you what happens whenever we get to the end there. Wait, this is the wrong room. This is the room with Lloyd. Hey, what's going on, Ost? How you doing, man? We're gonna go fight the super boss. Yeah, we're gonna get our asses kicked, which we probably won't because we have 2 Legends casks. My name is... Oh, we've already done this. So he'll go through his thing again. But if you have the Vanishing Stone... Most powerful wizard of the Winglies. Yeah, mere apparition of him. Do you also have the armor? No, I don't have the armor of legend. I don't think that's nearly as important as the Legends casks. Because this guy does way more magic than he does physical. But yeah, it's going pretty well, man. You're gonna get my ass kicked. Faust is pretty bad. If you've seen what he's capable of, you'll understand why I have 2 of them. He should vanish with this. Faust is using the apparition. It seems he really doesn't want anybody to go below. Yep, I've got 2 casks. What is down there? There are these teleport rooms we couldn't get into before. I haven't fought this guy before, but needed to collect... Yeah, all 50 Stardust is required for this. Yeah, Legends Cask I can say is the best bet for this guy. Because your magic defense will be so high, he can hardly damage you. Thank you for 99. Alright, well, first of all, we have a dragon helm, which I'm probably going to put on Albert. No, I can't, because I already have a Legend Cask on. Okay, we're going to save that for afterwards, then. Alright. I'm probably going to go replace Kongle with Hashel now. cool. He's already about down there.
Yes. Go. Go. Lightning Dynamo.
I kind of want to have Albert do the damage when we get the maxed out Dragoon level. Wait him to come out of darkness, and then we'll do it on the enemy. Metal Fang, huh? Okay. Yeah, we'll have Albert do it so we get the Dragoon on it. Okay, let's have him do it.
Blossom Storm.
That should be enough. Alright, so let's save. Hey, Negatron, what's going on, dude? How are you doing, man? So where is this supposed to lead? Yeah, we're going to go fight a super boss, actually, man. Yeah, that's going to be kind of exciting, especially because I have no idea what's going to be happening here. Good is me. How is you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little scared about this guy, actually. Yeah, getting the Faust is going to be really nuts. The 200 is over there. Faust is in one of them. What is this? Trembling. Is the ground rotten? So, well, we can't go back now. We got to go to the other way. We got to go down to the bottom there 3 times in order to get all of the ground eroded to get up there. I'm still here just doing... Yeah, no worries, man. Appreciate you lurking. So what if I take this one? Oh, that's wrong. Yeah, we've got to take 3 different ways of getting down there, and then we can start getting to Faust. I just realized Hashel Omni Sweep, the whole Omni Craze movement. Yeah, so we got all the additions done. We just got to fight Faust. It's probably going to be a short stream because of that. But because I want to save the final dungeon for the whole big, long finale stream on Saturday. Because I can't stream it all this week. Yeah, Faust can get kind of annoying to get to. So there's 2 of them. We got to go into the last way in order to get down there. This ground is rotten too. Omni Slash. Well, yeah, that was a big thing with PlayStation 1 back in the day too. Alright. I'm gonna save again so I don't have to do all that work again. Omni shenanigans. You're making me think of, you ever watch Super Troopers? You're making me think of that one bit where they're like, hey, Farva, what's all that? What's that restaurant with all the kooky shit on the wall and the mozzarella sticks? Oh, you mean shenanigans? Alright, so now we should be able to go to this one. Omnimon and Digimon, too. Gosh, I remember this guy being really annoying. Let's go a different way here, I think. I think this is the way that I already went. Yeah, I already went this way. Meow, you doing today? Meow. Am I saying meow? Alright. So we've already gone that way. I think up this way is where I want to go next. Meow. I think this is the last one. No, this is where we went before. No, we can't go that way either. Yeah, this can get a little frustrating. Was it this way? I don't think so, but... Then holds up so the chief can pistol whip Farmer. The next person who says, I'm gonna pistol the next person who says shenanigans. Yeah, we've already gone that way. We gotta get to that last door there on the right. It wasn't this way, was it? No, it wasn't. Okay. We may not even use this. Gotta use Ard? You mean Aardman animations? I don't think that's right. Yeah, I think I went the wrong way here. I think I've got to go this way. I think it's this way next. Nope, I've already gone this way. Shit. Witcher reference. I know what you meant. I like, whenever I think of Ard, I think of Aardvark or Aardman. This is really confusing. Alright, so that goes to there. That goes to there. Where does this go to? I think this is the last one right here. No, it's not. Okay. We've got to find the way that gets us to the last door. I think it's over here. Yep, here it is. Is this a dead end? Then what was the apparition of Faust about up there? Run! Nope, too late. Yeah, we're finally here. Where are we? It seems to be the bottom of Flanville. You crafty humans. The sin of contaminating my sacred Flanville is an idiocy worthy of total death. This is not an apparition or ghost. It's the true magician Faust. It is surprising to see a person who still knows my name after 11,000 years. So yeah, this guy was the right-hand man of Melbu Frama. Even more amazing is that you have the vanishing stone that turns away my apparition. It's a miracle. Has he been living since the Dragon campaign just like you, Rose? It seems so. You stopped being surprised since you met Charles. It is not unusual to live for 10,000 years. You agree with me, Faust? Not bad being human and being ageless. And what is it you desire? Do you want to serve me, the ruler of the world? You are the ruler of the world? In the near future. After the remobilization of my Flanville, the eternal absolute dominance which even Melbu Frama couldn't achieve. The day I, Faust, becomes the king of the world. He's annoying. He's annoying. What are we gonna do, Dart? Let's kill him. We gotta finish him. We cannot leave such a dangerous guy alone. You're ignoring me, the feared wizard. I now understand your desire. You desire a painful, wretched death. It will be no problem. I'll grant it to you now. You wanna know how much HP this guy's got? He's got 26,000 HP. This guy has a shit ton of HP. I think it is literally saved to the final boss. I'm using Haschel and Albert. Alright, Dart does not have one, but we should be fine. See, we're doing good damage. He also likes to counterattack. Yeah, this guy is like legitimately brutal. Oh, he also has unique animations for every element. This is his fire one. This should not hurt Dart at all. The thing has got red. Yeah, see, we're good. He'll often do like 2 or 3 attacks at once. Yeah, so the legend casts have chances of them missing the attack. Alright, so yeah, Dart's fine. I would recommend you do physical hits. He's got very low physical defense. And he'll often use the same element spell as his target, so you should be okay on that too. See, he's using wind on Albert. He does that a lot. Yeah, that's why I sold my ultimate war god. He's really messing with Dart. Yeah, see, Dart will need... He needs to be kept alive. Which he's still fine, so... Like a half battle freebie. That's a lot of damage. And until he's yelled... Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you have your Dragoon armor, you should be fine. Yeah, he often counters with the same element. Now he's kind of a dick. I might use Haschel for healing. Yeah, everybody does some good damage. I think Haschel does the least. He does like 1,600. Everybody else is doing over 2,000. See, he uses the same element. That often happens. Yes, Legend Cask is an armor. It's a helmet.
Blossom Storm.
Yeah, 10,000 each. I had to sell an Ultimate War God to afford the second one. I had enough by itself for the first one, though. But yeah, even if you have the Legend Cask, he still does quite a bit of damage. He does easily over 1,000 each attack, and he gets like 3 or 4 turns each for year 1. Well, because the Legend Cask, it's just that. So, Hashel does not have his Dragoon armor. You don't get it but until the moon that never sets. Yeah, you get 4 of the 6 or 4 of the 7 before you go up there. I don't think Hashel's one of them. I'm pretty sure you don't get Violet until you get up there. Yeah, see, even if it does not miss, it doesn't do that much damage.
Yes. Go. Go.
So the Jade, Red, Black, and I believe Blue are the purchase ones. Those are in Xenobatos. This is a really cool animation, by the way. If there's one thing I like about this fight, the animation for all these unique attacks are pretty nice. That'll do a lot to Dart, though. Yikes. Alright, we are going to heal. Yeah, this guy does not fuck around. Yeah, he does a lot of damage, and that didn't even more so because Dart's weak to water, so. I think I'm going to defend with Hashel. You know, I'm going to go regular Dragoon with Albert, because I want to have somebody stay alive for healing. And now I'm going to use my power-up. No, I can do whatever I want. I just have to beat Faust. Nope, I can do that just fine. Boy, if honestly, that wouldn't be much of a handicap because he takes way less damage with magic anyways. So.
Rose-Storm.
This might help out Hashel and Dart a little bit. See, now we're going to start giving him power up because it's going to do a lot more damage. I don't want to do special because I want to keep everybody there. Alright, we're going to do power up for Albert. He's in yellow health though, so we've done at least 13,000. See, I didn't want to do those immediately. Yeah, see, fine. We're fine. This should do a lot of damage. 4,000. See, you also really... The Psych Bomb X is really not worth it. Because his magic defense is way too high for that to even be worth it. It does a few hundred damage. I love his little hand movements he does whenever he does the damage. Yeah, I'm not sure what those 4 guys are doing there. They don't really do anything. I don't know what that is. Now let's speed up Albert. Albert might be able to kill him before his Dragoon form goes away. Alright, I'm gonna do... Yeah, let's defend. Yeah, they're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Alright, let's do another one here. This will put him in red health. Okay, this will not hurt Albert because this is Wind Element. And Dart is defending. Oh, it missed. Yeah, it missed Haschel. Okay. Yeah, that tornado animation that they did there with the wind attack there is really good. All these unique animations I love. Yeah, he's right. You know what? I believe if we attack with Albert one more time, we will actually kill him. I believe. This might do it. He's done 12,000 damage in like 3 turns. I don't know if that killed him. Oh, he's not dead. Wow, he's not dead. I do like Faust Orange Wings. Yeah, it's like a different version. Or a more rare version of a Wingly. It just shows, it notes his, it's kind of like, shows his power, I guess. More wind damage. Will probably do a lot of damage to, Oh, okay, he's defending this time. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's finish this. There we go. That was easy. I had to res once, which I expected. And we have 10,000 gold, 20,000 experience, and a Phantom Shield. Finish him. Yeah, that one wasn't so bad. The Dragon campaign is not finished yet. We'll finish it by stopping my father. So, we have 3 chests that has a magical hat, which is good. Holy Ankh. I forget what that does. And a Dancer's Ring, which is really good. Thanks for the GG, by the way. So what does the Phantom Ring do? It's probably the best accessory in the game. You know what? I think I actually might give it the... I don't know. So the Phantom Ring will... Oh, I gotta show what the Holy Ankh does too, huh? The Holy Ankh will revive from death with a possibility. And Phantom Shield reduces every bit of damage from the enemies by half. So that's pretty damn good. No, you just, well, you fucking killed him. What's he gonna say? But yeah, that's fast. Yeah, Legend Cask makes him from really, really, really difficult. I think he's almost impossible without the Legend Cask, or at least one of them. I'm gonna keep the therapy ring on Dart because he still needs that for the Soul Eater. Boy, that attack badge on Albert really helps too. Yeah, so there's Magician. That is the most valuable achievement in the game to get too. So, yeah, that's how that fight goes. And it teleports us all the way back up out of the tower. Alright, let's head back. I think I'm going to start working on Kongal getting his level 4 edition, maybe. We're going to get to a save point. I am going to call it a night because I figured it's going to be a short. Actually, let's get Rose going too. Rose and Rosen. But yeah, I do want to make it a short stream tonight because I want to actually save the finale for when we can do the final dungeon in one go. So I am going to get to a save point and call it early tonight. That dancer ring might be really good for her. Yeah, put that on her. I think for the bandit ring, I think he's fast enough as it is. So let's just put the phantom shield on for him from now on. Alright, and then put the bandit ring on Kongal. I think everybody's going to make it so we can not have to worry about changing their equipment constantly. Yeah, so we'll get these two done. Okay. I'm going to a save point, then we're going to call it a night. And then we will probably do the finale of it on Saturday if I get home early enough from helping my sister move. Because I still got to do that. Thanks for everyone for hanging out tonight. This was really fun. I did not expect the addition grinding to go as fast as it did, though. Whoops. Ow. Familiar got to the Foss side quest. I was surprised on how quickly it actually went today. Yeah, we haven't been live 4 hours. And considering I have the best stuff in the game, I don't think the finale is going to be that long either. But it's definitely going to be longer than I would intended. Yeah, I'll see you next time, Wingman. We're going to be raiding out here pretty shortly because there's a save point right there. Oops. Yeah, I'm surprised you hadn't seen Faust yet before. Also, yeah, getting another 10,000 gold is kind of insane. Alright. So, yeah, I'll call it a night today early. I do know who I want to raid out to. And if I get a chance to come back home early enough on Saturday, I will be doing the finale of this game next time. So, get ready for a finale. Alright, I am going to go ahead and raid out, by the way. I already know who I want to raid to, because she raided into us last time we were live. And we'll do the whole final dungeon in one go. Saturday will be really nice, too, because that means we can also just not have to worry about getting interruptions or anything like that, either. So, yeah, thanks for the GGs, man. Okay, she went live just a little while ago. Yeah, we're going to go raid Gluten-Free Waifu, a.k.a. Michaela. She goes by her first name a lot, too. If you guys don't know Michaela, she is going through a very big Yakuza arc right now. And she raided into us last night, so I'd love to pay it back to her. So, I will drop the link on where we are raiding. So, in case you guys get lost. Yeah, there's where we're going. Just in case you get lost, we're going to be raiding out here in a little bit, so. Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. We're already going to be done with this game here in a little bit, yeah? Your friend of your audience here. Dynastic, it's been a pleasure having you around, man. Appreciate the words there. Yeah, we're finally going to be finishing this game off. It's kind of exciting. Alright, I would like to start the raid off now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't figure this was going to be a very popular place to be at today because it's like on a Monday, but that's be fine though. Yeah, waifu is really cool. Alright, there's the raid going off now. And then I will... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Hang on. I have to put my shit back on. There we go. Alright. So yeah, we'll be doing the finale of this game back on Saturday, hopefully. If it's not Saturday, it'll probably be some other day. I don't know. Also, I'm going to be over live on Kevin Loco 5's channel on Sunday. We're going to be doing the finale of Dokapon Kingdom there, too. So, go give him a follow and a watch, too. Alright, I got to go and go get some dinner, guys. I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye.